It's the Unidentified podcast episode. I really should figure 12.
Sounds about
Judges?
right. Sure. Yeah, 12. Why not?
12. Who cares? We'll edit it and post. I'm the host, Randy Fluharty. With me is Adam McDermott.
Hello.
Holy crap, Adam!
I return triumphantly.
Again, it's your second return.
I'm better than Jesus. I can come back twice.
The master of Hughes News, Nathan Hughes.
Hello, everyone. How's things?
It's all right.
Yeah, thanks.
I don't know. It's not. It could be worse. I can't complain really. And something I don't know what to say for Elle. She works at Starbucks.
Wow, that's a good one.
Elle Noonan.
The best thing you can think of me besides she does video games.
Yeah, she.
I don't know. She works.
She works at Starbucks. I mean, you get paid more for working at Starbucks than you do for making videos.
Wow.
Well, I mean, so would I. I don't get paid.
This is the most backhanded introduction I have ever had.
I worked at a dollar store. So.
Now, was everything $1 or was it $1 with tax?
No, everything was with tax. Yeah, that's the thing.
Bullshit.
So,
bullshit.
That was the worst thing ever when a little kid would walk into the store. It's like, yeah, saved up, got freaking $1 exactly, gonna count my pennies. They walk up to the counter with their toy and they're like, yeah, here we go. Here, my man. It slams down their money. Like, this is only $1. There's no tax here. Mm. And I just have to there's a decision that I have to make. Do I let this kid go and potentially hear about it later? Or do I say, screw you, kid, get out of here? And that's when I punch the kid in the face.
A bit overkill, but sure. That's the way you roll.
I mean, those were my options.
It's like your life is like infamous. You either be wholly good or unnecessarily evil. There's no middle ground.
Yeah. So today we're gonna talk about the year, because it's the last one of the year.
Yeah.
Because next week is Christmas.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You guys celebrate Christmas in Ireland, right?
I celebrate Kwanzaa.
Yeah.
So I had see, you're making me go off in tangents again. There goes Randy. There he goes again. It's going to be another 5 minutes before he shuts up.
Yeah.
So we had to, I'm going to do it anyway. So we had in chorus, we had to sing about Kwanzaa. I had no idea what Kwanzaa is. I still, for years afterwards, did not know what Kwanzaa. I still don't know what Kwanzaa is. It's like a black person Christmas, right?
What?
That's what it is, right?
I don't know.
Because of Futurama.
No.
Yeah, the Kwanzaa bot.
Black people celebrate Christmas.
Yeah, I know that, but it's like African Christmas. Or something,
I don't know.
Right?
I don't know. I have no clue.
I believe
It honors African heritage and African American culture. Yeah, so black thing.
I don't think it's African American culture though.
It's African.
Like specifically.
According to Wikipedia, it is.
Oh, so ever reliable. Yeah. So it's been a year since the start of this year.
Wow.
And we're going to talk about it.
And how many days would that be, Randy?
It's about 365.
About. I'll take your word for it.
Roughly.
In and around.
Give or take. Yeah, so I'm going to start with Elle. Because she might have to jump out early if this goes long. So, Elle,
if this goes over 2 hours, yes.
Give me your... Hopefully it won't, but you never know. Maybe.
How many games did you play this year?
It's true.
Yeah, just start from the beginning of the year. Tell me everything from day one. No, just give me, tell me about the year. Just let's see where this discussion goes.
Oh, the year.
The year.
Okay.
2014. I'm glad that we started calling it 2014 instead of 2014.
It's future, man.
I'm glad.
Well, okay. This year, 2014. Wow, this has been a weird year, actually.
You met us.
Yes, that's true. I did meet you guys.
It's the
started
best
our
year.
podcast.
Yeah.
I had to play all of the OSP games, or all of the whatever.
All of them? How many did you do?
Like 2. But that's like...
Yeah, what was the other one? You did the Abyss Odyssey, and then what?
I did... Oh, you forgot. I did, Unrest.
Oh, yeah, I reviewed Unrest.
How could you forget that
I did
triumphant
2.
game?
No, I didn't review all
No, you
of
didn't.
it,
You
but
did a video of it, and it was super broken, and it was hilarious.
I didn't know I didn't review it in my own time, in my nightmares.
Why would you? Even in your nightmares, why would you do that?
That is very true.
It wasn't good. It's not a good game.
It's not. It's not at all.
And that's my 2014 message. Don't play Unrest.
Yeah. It's on your gravestone. Don't play Unrest. Randy Fluharty. loving father, don't play Unrest. Like,
All right, what else?
this year actually has been like surprisingly, well, not surprisingly, because I've been living in like a cold winter room for like 3 months, but I've had like less access to video games, so all the games I've had to play have been like online or on a PC, which I'm really not used to. If you know anything about me, I'm totally not usually a PC gamer, which is kind of sad, but you know, it's like a level up having to play things on PC, so it's been fun. I played Outlast recently. I got to playing the Legend of Zelda Link Between Worlds recently. That was cool. I had never played that before, and I had really wanted to.
That was last year's game.
What? Well, I
So was
played it
Outlast.
this year, so fuck you. How about that?
Fine, I guess.
This is my response, just to get really aggressive. Like, fuck you.
Yeah. That's 2014 for you. It's a really aggressive year. Gamergate, maybe you heard of it.
Yes, I have heard of it.
Didn't affect me in the least.
No, me neither.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the luxury of being a white man,
That's the
It's
luxury of
just
not
wicked.
being an idiot.
or just not caring. Like all of these things.
Yeah, hey,
Well,
you
it's
don't
also
like
the luxury
this?
of like not being very well known on the internet anyway.
That's true too. If I was famous and I said Anita Sarkeesian, I'd probably get shot.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. So what's your favorite games that you played this year, regardless if it came out this year?
Sorry, I just thought
My
it about to be the worst thing ever to say to Neil Sarkeesian.
Oh my
What-
god,
what?
please
What
don't
would you
say it.
She just
No, don't say it.
the worst thing you could possibly
know.
say on Twitter. All that girl needs is to get laid.
Oh, Jesus.
Why? Why is that the worst thing?
All she needs is a man. Is that it? That's it.
What?
That's the problem to all of her. Okay, fine.
She was on the
gosh.
Colbert Report.
Is
Report? Is it Colbert Report or? 'cause
It's
it's-
report.
Has to be
It's
report.
report.
It's rapport because his name is pronounced Colbert. Even though
Yeah,
there's
that's
a
what I
T at
thought
the
it
end.
was. But then I heard someone say report one time, and I can never get it out of my
has
head.
never
Yeah.
seen the
The
show.
Colbert Report.
The Colbert Report. It sounds horrible.
Yeah, that's what. Well, he said Colbert Report.
Yeah, that's the way
That's
I
wrong.
pronounced it. Oh, weird.
Nah,
I
that's
thought
wrong.
No, I thought it was rapport
It
It
is.
is.
that's
because it
great.
was like a play on his name.
That's very clever.
Yes.
That is.
Very clever.
That makes
right.
the most amount of sense and is also true. Your friend is an idiot.
Well, it wasn't my friend. It was just some. I don't even know where I heard it. It might have been my friend.
Not my
know
friend
which friend it
anymore,
was.
though.
Yeah, no, we were friends, but then he wouldn't dance.
He wouldn't dance.
What?
Well, I mean, because if my friends don't dance,
Then they're no friends of mine.
yeah, see, yeah. When you have to explain it, it's less funny.
I get it.
That was just out there. I did not understand in the slightest what you meant. My friends don't dance. Oh, I get it. No.
Yeah, see,
God.
someone out there heard that instantly and was like, "Ha!
Well, you didn't.
Safety dance."
You didn't phrase it like the safety dance. You said he used to be my friend, but then he wouldn't dance, and that's not the lyrics. And then when you had to say, "Well, if my friends don't
immediately-
dance," then we had to be like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, I immediately pictured you at a ballroom competition and just holding your hand out. Come on, let's dance. And you just sulkily, no, I don't wanna. Then
The
I
camera
yours
pulls
went-
like farther
yours
away.
was,
You're
like,
just
dark
staring
and
at
sad.
him.
got a crazy
Mine was just like he won't dance, so I obviously can't be friends with him.
But it's the championship.
It's like the end of that movie that I just recently watched. That I can't remember.
good.
Silver Linings Playbook.
Yes, thank you. It was Bradley Cooper.
How did you get that from that movie I watched recently, but can't remember about dance?
Well, it's because
Yeah, the dance
it's a recent
competition,
movie
yeah.
that has a dance competition at the end.
It was a pretty good movie.
It's not bad.
It's good.
I was like, oh, it's a good movie. Well, it's not great, but it's pretty good.
I remember one of the funniest things was once Jennifer Lawrence won her Oscar for it. Some
She tripped,
asshole
right?
reporter asked her, "Is this like? Have you peaked?"
She's like 22.
Thanks.
Oh yeah,
know,
he
'cause
was
you-
like, oh no, go ahead. Sorry.
It's only downhill from here, isn't it? Like, fuck you.
You've won the Oscar. Like
She's in the
you're
next Home
done.
Alone.
You might as well retire. Go out on top.
Well,
She's doing
he
it,
asked
yeah.
her like, are you afraid of peaking? And she was like, well, now I am. Fuck. Like,
I mean, in a way, he was kind of right because then her naked picture got revealed, and
that was
I
like
think
her
she-
and like 17 other celebrities, though.
Yeah, but she was one of them.
Yeah, but it's not like they were, like, leaked. It's like they were stolen.
I feel like they, you're right. But still, if she would have gone out, if she would have retired right there with the Oscar, just been like, this is it, guys, I'm done.
That would have been very stupid of her.
Then no one would have cared.
Yeah, but now she's, like, super famous all over again because of that new Hunger Games movie.
Hunger Games came out, the first Hunger Games came out before Silver Linings Playbook, didn't it?
Yeah, but there's
Or am
the
I
third
crazy?
one just came out, and they have, like, the huge billboards all over Times Square. It's, like, really, really, really popular.
She's probably wealthy at this point, if I had to guess.
Yeah, but, I mean, she's very famous, too. It's not like she's, like...
I would never want to be famous. The wealth part, great. Yeah, I'll take the money, but the part where I can't walk down the street.
Well, sometimes you can't be rich without being famous, because if you have loads of money, people say, oh, there goes that asshole with all the money. So
Yeah, but
you eventually
there's-
get recognized.
There's a level of fame that's associated with being a celebrity, whereas you can be rich and have some recognition, but you're at the worst you're going to get. You don't need like security guards walking down with you, whereas like some celebrities do.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. How did we get on that topic?
I have no idea.
Anyway, my favorite game that I played this year, I would
Whether
say...
The Hunger Games?
Regardless if it came out this year, yeah, the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
It did not come out this year, so that's a good thing. But I did play it this year.
Alright.
It was BioShock Infinite. I had never played it until this
Troy
year.
Baker up in the house.
It was so
okay.
good.
Ever since last year, Troy Baker has been everything.
No, he's
What
been
happened?
everything. We just didn't know he was.
No, he's been the
everything.
side on everything. He's been silently the everything. Now he's explicitly in your face everything.
Yeah, but I mean that's because people now know who he is, probably.
It's like The Last of Us came out. I was like, holy crap! And then, yeah,
I
same. I guess BioShock as well.
I enjoyed
came out around the same time.
the casting for the new Uncharted game, where Troy Baker
Oh
plays
yeah, like that is the
his
most on the nose thing
his
ever.
older brother. It's like, whoa, guys. Way to be subtle about it.
The Naughty Dog knows exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
Dude. So like, you know what we could do?
So they
That'll
worked
be
together on Shadow of Mordor as well.
Yeah, but barely. They don't have that many scenes together.
Oh, is one guy Italian, the other guy's the Wraith?
Yes,
Ah, that's pretty cool.
Troy Baker is Italian.
I one day dream of a Troy
Yeah, that
Baker, Nolan North hybrid of some sort.
I mean, they're kind of the same
out there.
guy.
Yeah, basically.
Well,
They
that's
both
like
have the everyman, charismatic leader voice.
well, that's like the whole point of them playing the characters they play is that you need somebody who's like, you know, pretty much an everyman kind of character. Like if you heard them on the street, you probably wouldn't be like, "Oh my god, are you Troy Baker?" But you like in a game, you're like, "Oh yeah, this is just standard enough to be probably him," and it is. Wow.
Well,
At this point, they probably would immediately recognize Troy Baker because holy crap, he is everything.
Well, I would recognize
yeah.
Troy Baker because he's very handsome.
I think
He's a pretty man.
Troy Baker has a more grounded voice. Like if you want to have a person, like a human character, Troy Baker is the key person to go for.
I don't know.
Meanwhile, Nolan North has he has this hilariously cartoonish voice because him playing the Penguin. It's just I didn't even know it was him until afterwards. But he has that weird kind of thuggish voice. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. But when you hear it, you go, "Oh yeah, that's Nolan North." Just the way he carries his voice is really just over the top sometimes. But it's nice to have something like that, I guess.
I didn't know that Nolan North was the guy in The Last of Us with the one when
Yeah,
yeah.
That was
I didn't know
shocker.
that either. Like that actually shocked me when I learned that. 'Cause I'm like, holy crap, that doesn't sound like him.
He's really
Like
good.
these
at
guys
that.
are actors or something.
Yeah, this guy's the voice. Being someone else. Talk about
That's
it.
the bummer about both of them is that they have such really good range and they're never allowed to use it. They're like, no, your regular voice is good enough.
Yeah.
Just use that one.
Oh well. Handy paycheck.
Maybe they'll get to play more versatile characters soon. Like they'll get to be I don't know, like brawling transvestites in a Suda game or something.
There you go. Brawling transvestites.
That would be cool.
That's the name of my band.
Brawling
they can't-
transvestites.
Yeah, they can't take that.
We're
That'd be awesome.
heavy metal with a bit of hillbilly.
Well, some punk. It's like a punk metal fusion thing.
Wow, David Bowie. When did you
It was
join?
just Kanji Tatsumi in his Marilyn Monroe outfit.
I do enjoy seeing shit like that. I was at a fair recently, and these guys were like saying, "Oh, just give us details about a person, and we would record a song based on it." And I was like, "That's pretty clever. It's a funny idea for a Christmas present." But the examples of the genre they gave was just like, I need to hear this. They had like, you can have half metal / half folk, and I was like, how the heck?
Oh yeah, no, I've heard those.
Well, how can you do that? Oh, I need to hear it. Anyways,
my friends are into some pretty weird metal stuff. I say metal in quotes because there's just metal fused with anything. There's like pirate metal.
Nice.
And stuff. It's just metal. Yeah. Al knows what I'm talking about.
Space metal.
There probably is space metal.
Lego
it's
metal.
Like the Mass Effect soundtrack with metal.
Lego metal.
Yeah, the Mass Effect soundtrack. I downloaded that and then deleted it.
The Mass Effect soundtrack?
I only like the one song that plays in the nightclub.
What the like? What about the like the dun 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 dun?
Oh god, I know exactly.
You know what I'm talking about?
I like the Galaxy music. That's probably the nicest music to.
Or the map.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Is that what you're talking about? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you're just like, this is nice.
But at any point you want to start talking over it and be like, space, the final frontier.
I can't say that I haven't.
Yeah.
I just took to myself.
Yeah. Space.
I'm not proud of it.
I do enjoy the Codex voice actor. He's really, really good. The Quarians were so good.
Oh yeah. That always scares the shit out of me because I'm just thinking I'm gonna read it and then all of a sudden it's like, the Solarians are an amphibious race. And you're like, oh my god.
Jesus
What
Christ.
are you doing here?
Al, anything else about 2014?
Anything
that you want to talk about? Yeah. Just give me like the overall. If you had to put
Did Elle just have a stroke?
theme on this year, what would it be?
Wait,
Not even
what?
just. If you just give me your like 2 sentences about this year.
2 sentences about this year?
At least 2, or minimum 2 sentences.
That was one.
Oh.
That's
2 sentences, full sentences. They're not fragments. Give me the whole thing.
This is such a generalization, but
Doesn't count.
That's what he wants.
No, that does not count. It has to be. Tell me when you're going to start.
Okay.
Is that you starting?
No, that was it. She just said,
no,
okay.
that's not a complete sentence.
No, that was, I accept that.
It was fun. I look forward to playing more. All I have right now is my PS3, but I guess the sentence would be, I definitely watched more games than I played on account of having no hardware. But
Markiplier.
2015 will be great.
You don't know that.
Oh, fuck you, I know that. I can play. I don't have to play games from 2015, but I know I will be able to play games, at least.
Okay.
Well, like, recently it's been so busy because I've had my final, and I've been, like, trying to move out of my apartment and stuff, so it's, like, crazy busy. So, you know, after Christmas, it'll be like, fuck, get to relax.
That is always the best.
Yes.
So your general consensus about the year is that it was fun, and you look forward to next year?
Yeah, but it was also stressful. I want to play more things.
So it was fun and stressful.
Fun, stressful.
And you're looking forward to the future.
Oh yeah, I'm so stressed out right now. But after Christmas, it'll be great.
Yay.
Wait, why are you stressed?
Because it's Christmas time. All the crazy stuff happens.
It's supposed to be
Christmas
happy
time.
and
Christmas and working in Starbucks at the same time.
Yeah, you don't work in
Oh,
retail.
God love you.
I did.
Oh my god, people are so rude.
I worked 3 Christmases in a clothes shop over.
Oh, that sounds brutal.
Yeah, you get it. It's awful.
What, do people consume more coffee or pastries during
Well,
Christmas?
okay, so
in
if
a
you
hurry
work
for
in
no
a coffee
reason.
shop that's like right okay, so imagine like, you know, you're like the stores that you shop in at Christmas, but it's like working in a like a mall Starbucks.
Oh,
Like, because
okay.
everybody goes to get coffee in between going shopping, and the line is like half an hour long, and I don't know
So
why people
at
need
what
coffee
point would
that
you
bad
not?
that they'll wait in
Yeah, I
line
was going to
for
say,
it.
at what point would you just not get coffee?
Yeah,
if the
it's
line-
like, what the fuck?
That kind of defeats the purpose.
And people get so mad. They're like, I waited for half an hour in this line, and you don't even have this thing I want. And it's like, well, you know, that's really not my problem that you don't have a life. Like, I'm sorry
Make your
that you
own
wanted
coffee.
to wait in line.
Jesus.
Yeah.
There's a coffee
Bring-
bean, like, literally 10 feet from here. Like, what is
That's going to say, there are probably more than one coffee shops, if I had to guess, right?
There's another Starbucks at the end of the promenade. Just go to that one. Like,
doesn't Starbucks kind of suck as well? Like, isn't that the thing that no one actually likes to talk about?
Oh, I mean, I work there, and I've had.
Be careful, Ellie. Your employees are listening.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I work there, and like usually on my break, it's like, what do I get a drink? And then I'm like, I don't really want anything.
I mean, I don't drink coffee, so I have zero interest in ever going into a Starbucks. I went in there once.
Me neither.
My girlfriend wanted to go in there, so we went in there. It was right next to GameStop. So I'm like, can I just walk around at GameStop? I have no intention of buying anything at GameStop, but I don't want to go into Starbucks.
And she unclipped you from your leash and sent you on your way.
Yeah.
But, like, the other thing is that, like, everybody that goes into Starbucks and gets, like, you know, they're like, oh, I'm so, you know, hip and cool, and I want coffee. And I want to, like, you know, people think coffee is, like, a healthy thing. They're like, oh, I'm going to get a Frappuccino. And it's like,
not.
Did you know a Frappuccino is a milkshake? It's literally not there's, like, no coffee in it. Why are you doing this to yourself? Like, you're just, you can go to Johnny Rockets, it's the same thing. Like,
coffee itself has an unhealthy amount of calories and then caffeine in it. And
yeah,
if you add sugar in it, it's just an unhealthy death drink.
Unless you're getting, like, black coffee, which almost no one is, like, it's really not. There was like 5 calories in a cup of black coffee, but nobody's getting just black coffee. Everybody's getting, you know, skinny mocha lattes and stuff. And it's like, okay, but the skinny syrup is disgusting, first of all. And second of all, it doesn't have sugar, but it has like all the shitty other things in it. And you're going to put whole milk in it anyway. So like, what's the point of trying to cut calories on it? I don't understand. Like,
well, it's the same reason people buy loads of loads of people buy Apple products because of the name attached to it, because like, oh, he has an Apple product, and then it's the same thing. It's like, oh, he's in Starbucks. You know, people kind of attach a value to it, a social value.
I think Apple is kind of different, though.
No, I don't know. I'm kind of with Nathan on this one.
I think people that don't want to learn how to fix a computer buy an Apple because it's like the illusion of comfort.
Mm. Yeah, the illusion, because you can fix regular computers. There are shops that fix regular computers. You don't need a super expensive thing that you can't even fix yourself because they're impossible to actually do anything.
But I don't recommend that.
Every part in a computer is designed to be as easy as possible to be interchangeable.
Except in a Mac.
Yeah, well, like on an actual PC, it's just as simple as humanly possible. It's just a box, and there's parts that go inside, and they all fit onto the one thing, the motherboard, and they just clip off, clip on, clip off. They're the easiest thing in the world.
I'm trying to think of like an analogy, like, I read this horror manga yesterday that reminded me of this analogy. Like having a PC is like, you know, being a regular person. And, like, things are sometimes, like, confusing, and you're like, wait, why is this doing this? Why is the computer suddenly dead? I don't understand, like, what are the drivers doing? But, like, a Mac is, like, if you were to, I don't know, if you were to, like, walk everywhere, you know how, like, you walk everywhere? If you were to walk everywhere using one of those, like, airport walkways that, like, walks for you, and you were like, wow, this is so convenient. I never have to walk again. That's like having a Mac. But then when it breaks, you're like, I don't know how to walk. Oh my God.
Your legs get deconditioned and you die.
Yeah, you like atrophy because you've never had muscles.
So
yes.
So for using a PC is like walking everywhere, but using a Mac is like using a space hopper to get around. And then when the space hopper bursts, you go, oh fuck, how do you walk?
Or a Segway.
Actually, a Segway.
That's
more
when
practical.
I was like, how do I get the volume to work? Because I'm using a PC, and I was like, how does volume? What are drivers? What is a computer?
Wait, just going back there. Where did you say you guys get milkshakes from? What was it? Did you say Johnny Rockets? Is that what you call it?
Oh, there's a Johnny Rockets like right next to my store. So.
Oh,
I've never seen a Johnny Rockets until really recently.
That's
really?
Yeah.
We call it Eddie. We call it Eddie Rockets over here. Let's go.
It's the same thing?
Yeah.
It's like an old-fashioned 50s style.
Diner where you get like hamburgers and shakes, but we call it Eddie.
Why do they call it Eddie? What's the difference?
I don't know.
Why would they change that?
I don't know.
Is Johnny like some kind of slang in Ireland?
Well, Johnny is kind of like a 50s name, isn't it?
It's not really. I'd say Eddie's more of a 50s name than Johnny.
What?
I guess.
50s America.
No.
I don't know. Any name with a Y sound at the end.
Yeah,
is a 50s name.
I would be fine with either Eddie or Johnny as the name of this establishment.
Well, Johnny means condom in Irish slang, so.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Johnny
Maybe
is
that's
a
why.
50s
Because it's
name
not
in
Condom
America.
Rocket.
Oh my God, sweet.
Want to go to Condom Rockets?
Why are you doing this?
Get a milk suit.
Oh god, don't want to eat there.
They're one of the few places that have unlimited fries.
Yeah.
I ate there a few weeks ago, and the guy like challenged me. He's like, "Oh, you're done." Like, yeah. You want some more fries? Like, what are you saying? Are you calling me a woman? It's like, no, man. I'm just saying. No, what are you telling me? You go get more fries and you bring them out here, and I will eat them.
I do
that place
enjoy
makes
it.
me uncomfortable because whenever they put on a certain song, everybody dances, and it's like
okay, I've never seen that.
It's like at Cold Stone where you give them a tip and they're like obligated to sing a song of thank you.
Oh God, I want to die when that happens.
It makes me so uncomfortable. Like at when they play Get Down Tonight at Johnny Rockets, all the waiters start dancing and they like flick the lights, and I'm like, oh my god.
Get Down Tonight, that's not a 50s song?
They don't
70s,
play 50
right?
songs exclusively anymore. They play any song now.
What?
Yeah. And you have to pay
What?
from a little computer.
I don't like it.
That ruins
You
it.
can play games at your table. And I was like, this
What?
is literally
No,
the only
they're
restaurant I've
ruining
seen
it.
where you can do this, and it's the least 50s thing I've ever seen.
I want to go to Al's or whatever from Happy Days, which is the equivalent of Johnny Rockets.
And
That's the
Fonzie's there.
Well,
I want to see someone smack the jukebox. Which there was no jukebox there when I saw it. Like that, it's like computerized. I'm like, that's not what I want. I want the record to flip into the thing.
Well, that's Eddie
like
Rockets for
La
you. Yeah. Eddie Rockets is more like old fashioned, I guess. There's no dancing or shit like that.
Yeah, I didn't see any dancing either.
And
Cafe 50s is like that, but it's terrible food.
Yeah, it's absolutely overpriced.
Was that, Adam?
It's overpriced.
What is?
Eddie Rockets.
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad.
But
I know it is.
It's like $20 for two people. It wasn't the worst.
oh god, no, you pay like 16.
It's a different
for
restaurant,
one.
I'm sure. It's not the same one we're talking about.
I'm pretty sure it's the same thing. It's a 50s diner, but just a different name.
that is an awful coincidence if it's not the same thing.
Yeah, but it's a different name and it's more expensive. It's probably not like literally the same.
Well, it could be some Irish guy went over and saw Johnny Rockets and said, "Oh, I'm going to bring this to Ireland," and just called it Eddie Rockets. So
that's possible.
I don't
know.
Yeah, it does happen a lot. Yeah,
it was $20 for
the domain
burgers,
name.
fries, soda for two people.
What?
Like, it wasn't that bad.
Jesus Christ!
And that was unlimited fries too. So
hold on, I'm trying to do the maths.
Yeah, it's like $8
€1
for a
that's
burger.
that's
there.
that's $10 per person, Nathan.
No, I'm trying to do the conversion. Okay, hold on. $1. Okay, how much you paid? $20.
I guess we'll sit here and wait for Nathan.
No,
to figure it
you're
out.
meant to ad-lib over me talking. Wow, you paid €16 for two
Is that a
people.
lot?
No, that's fucking shag all for two people.
It sounded like you were angry at how much it was.
No.
There for
I
a
would
second.
pay that much for one meal.
Yeah, like that's what I was saying. Like I've had dinners that were $20 for me per person. Like that. So yeah, I don't know.
Nice.
Maybe you're Johnny Rockets.
Eddie
This is
Rockets.
a stupid conversation we're having right now. We're talking about the price of Johnny Rockets versus Eddie Rockets.
Yeah.
Eddie Rockets.
Some hot 2014 action. Adam,
Hold me, please. That's what I thought you were going to say.
Adam
got so fed up with the Johnny
I'm
Rockets.
sick of this.
He's so angry at how cheap Johnny Rockets is.
Once he heard the price, he just dropped. Said, I am sick of this, okay?
It's like, we have the raw end of the stick here at Ireland.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think he's back.
Wait, is he back? I think he's coming back.
Yeah.
Adam. That's all right. Adam,
I'll step out for a second.
tell me about 2014.
Okay. One of the great things about having a YouTube channel and putting up videos only on games I like is that I had no idea what I even played this year. I know what I played in the last week, but I can actually see a timeline of all the games. So
tell me about some.
Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons. Stunning.
It's a good game.
What are you all laughing about?
I don't know, I just... I've got the giggles.
Are you on a mission to be as irritating as possible right now, please?
Oh.
You're talking about the cat.
No, she's talking to me.
No.
He's talking about
no.
Nathan.
Screw
God!
you, El. Screw you.
Nothing funny was happening, Nathan.
No,
My
I'm
God,
sorry.
shut up!
She's climbing on the computer and like trying to knock it over.
Stupid cat.
All right, Adam, Brothers.
Brothers,
I really like Brothers.
Stunning game, and probably one of my favorite endings to a game in a long time.
Oh, freaking A. Me and Nathan were actually talking about that during the Randy and Nathan show, one of the episodes, about how the use of gameplay to tell a story, and that is a prime example of how to do it. Like that, the moment it clicked for me when I'm like, wait a minute, should we spoil it?
No, don't.
You don't want to. Okay, but the thing that you do to solve the last thing was like a mind blowing thing. Holy crap, it's genius! And it was a gameplay thing.
Yeah, it's an exquisite game. It's so well put together. I can't wait to see what they do next.
Yeah, whatever. Wait.
Oh, that's the
what's the thing called?
Hazelight.
No,
Hazelight.
Hazelight. Yes, is that the game or the company? We had a discussion. We couldn't figure out which.
I think
that's stupid.
Let me just double check. Yeah.
I think it's the company, and they don't know what the game is called yet.
Okay, it says the game is called Hazelight, and the studio is also called Hazelight.
I think that was a misunderstanding.
Oh, it's called Hazelight Studios, and the game's called Hazelight,
that's stupid.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll change.
All right, what else, Adam?
I platinumed Uncharted 2.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yes, I did. That was a lot of fun going back playing that.
I watched that. That's a good video.
Cheers.
I did cringe when you missed the one thing and you had to play the whole game over again.
Was that Uncharted or was that Last of Us?
Yeah, I think he missed a door or something like that.
Okay.
I said Uncharted 2.
Wait, was it?
Yeah.
I can't remember which one was it. Was it Uncharted 2 or Last of Us?
It was The Last of Us where I screwed up.
I felt so bad. I was like, "Oh, Adam."
The best part about it is that you could tell that you got your legitimate reaction on camera, like you were
exactly.
a shift in tone in that video, and you could just see on your face that you were just not happy at all.
I was on like hour number 80. I was like, for fuck's sake, I had to replay the game again.
It's just like out of the corner of your mouth, your swear was like. It was fantastic.
I like that also your reaction was so like underplayed though, compared to like, I thought you would be more angry, you know what I mean? Like playing 80 hours a game, and then you're just like, oh, damn. Like, this is so irritating, instead of like actually like throwing something. Yeah. I was like, oh right, you're not an American person. Like, you don't have a totally overblown reaction to this.
Yeah, I spent an awful lot of time with that. Still, I then played, after I finished the game, and I actually went back and played it on normal about a month later, just to actually take it in and remember what the story actually was. Because for all my subsequent playthroughs of The Last of Us, I was just skipping every single cutscene. I barely had an idea what I was doing anymore. So replaying it again and actually watching the cutscenes was quite nice.
I want to play the remastered version of that.
I want to play it remastered and on Grounded.
What is that?
Super hard difficulty where you take away your HUD.
Oh yeah.
And they don't tell you like what's your ammo, and your health is just, it ups difficulty even further.
Do you have to beat it to unlock that?
No. It just comes with it.
Okay, well, I might try that then. And you know what? I don't think I like the gameplay that much to do that.
I don't know. Do. I think the gameplay's class.
It has its moments. I don't know. I really like that game.
I'm actually thinking of doing a challenge where go through the entirety of The Last of Us while not firing any weapons.
So
that's I went through most of the game without shooting.
Yeah, you just hand to hand for the whole thing.
Stealth kills.
Okay.
But do it on Survivor or Grounded.
Yeah, see that now. That's the part where.
Yikes.
Yeah,
it'll be in 2015. You should record it.
Oh, that's the idea.
Oh, okay.
I'll do that when I get the remastered version at some point down the road, so I can actually do it on Grounded.
Alright, what else?
Other games, I platinumed Ratchet and Clank: A Crack in Time.
Which I have not watched that video yet, I apologize. I forgot of its existence.
That's
it
fine.
Came and went.
I do not take that personally. Yeah.
Why? Is it not good?
No, it's a grand video. It's not nearly as good as Last of Us, because I found out that if you platinum a game and it's really enjoyable, it makes for a really dull video.
So it has to,
there has to be some bit of a struggle in it, but it was just like, hey, this is fun. Hey, how cool is this? Look,
hey, it's not that hard. Look at this.
There's a reason why the video is like 12 minutes, barely.
And The Last was like a half an hour.
Yeah, 32. But it was a fine video. It turned out quite nice. Yeah, I really enjoyed that game. Much more than I thought I would. Psychonauts.
Heck of a game.
Yeah, that was brilliant.
Psychonauts.
So happy I played that. Just on a whim as well. It was just like...
Yeah, just like, you know what? I have Psychonauts. I was going to...
And then 4 hours later...
Yeah, I saw that. I messaged you on Steam because you were still playing. I'm like, are you still playing this? And you're like, yep, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I finished that game in 2 sittings.
I just saw you, because you don't get on Steam that often. So when you got on and I saw you there, I'm like, oh, it's Adam, and you were playing Psychonauts. That's random.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, okay. And I came back like several hours later. He's not still in Psychonauts, is he?
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's such a pity there'll never be a sequel.
There will be.
Fingers crossed.
There's got to be.
Yeah.
It ends on a cliffhanger, kind of.
Yeah, it's kind of more like those happy cliffhangers where it's...
It's one of those, yeah, where it could end,
yeah,
but there's plenty of room for a sequel.
Yeah. And then the other 2 games I played... Oh no, 3. I played Just Cause 2 a lot, which is still the best open world game I've ever played. And I played... What's the other thing I played? Oh yeah, I played the shit out of Bioshock Infinite. I platinumed that.
Is there a video coming for that?
Yes.
Is it up?
It will be done in... Literally... I again underestimated how long those videos take. And it should be done this weekend.
Oh man.
Yeah.
It's a Christmas present for everybody there.
Yeah. Damn. The more I played Bioshock Infinite, the more I liked it. And I way prefer it to Bioshock 1 at this point. Because then I went back and played Bioshock 1.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll be honest, about 3 hours in, Bioshock 1 is a slog through of a game.
I agree. I thought so back then.
You get to this point where you're trying to get to the Batsphere, and then Andrew Ryan puts poisons all the plants, and then you got to go find this lady and put together this thingamajig, and you got to collect parts. It's not a lot of backtrack in this one area, and it's not very well marked out, and it's just like, when I said, oh, go find all these ingredients, I just went today, I actually played it today, and I said, you know what, no. Just like, this is...
No, I'm not going to do that, Andrew Ryan.
As in, it's like, oh, go from this point to this point, and you get to that point and says, okay, you can't go any further, go talk to this woman. You talk to the woman says, okay, go get this thing for me. You go get that thing for her. You bring the thing back to her, you go into her room, and she says, okay, I'm going to make this thing for you. And then she dies. And then she goes, okay, so you got to make the thing yourself. In order to make the thing yourself, you got to go to 3 other locations. It's just like... Ugh.
Yeah, it's...
You showed me where I want to go, and now you're just putting up barrier after barrier after barrier and slowing everything down needlessly.
That definitely feeds into the whole twist a bit more then, where you're like, oh, I have to go through all of that, all those hoops, and you realise, well, I have no other choice really.
The twist was incredible.
Oh yeah.
Though.
I didn't see it coming.
At the same time, yeah, after before the twist, after the twist, that game's got some issues. I don't know. I remember thinking it when it came out, and still, I'm just like, why does everyone think this is the greatest game ever made? It's important, and I think it has a really good story, but man, just playing it was, and the shooting was, God, I thought the shooting was terrible, like even by BioShock standards.
No, the shooting was poor. The movement felt heavy. I suppose that might have been the point, but not heavy in a good way. It just felt slow.
You felt less heavy in BioShock 2 when you play as a big daddy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like somehow.
Just BioShock Infinite is so loose and like a swashbuckling adventure.
Well, I guess that could be the problem there, because you played the newest one and then you went back to the oldest one, and obviously there's going to be some changes. So
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know if I agree with that.
But when I think of when I first played BioShock, I didn't really notice that at all, because I was just like, it was so different. I've never played a game like this before. I hadn't played like System Shock or any of those kind of games before. This was like the first kind of very atmospheric shooter I played. And I had a blast with it, but like I can definitely see Adam's point of like when he went back to it after playing Infinite, that it was slow and sluggish. But the thing
there were other shooters out at the time.
But what I'm saying is I'd never played one so off the wall like this, so different. Like you're in an underwater city and it's all these like amazing art and cool themes, and it was good story. Like I had never played a game like that myself, so we're not. That's no. I know what you're saying. Where it's like it wasn't solid gameplay wise, but we have come a long way since then. So
yeah, we're not trying to. I know we haven't come along. Like the shooting was bad when the game came out. The shooting was not good.
It was fine. I thought it wasn't.
No, it was not.
Yeah,
it was not. The Call of Duty Modern Warfare came out the same freaking year.
Yeah, and I thought that was fine. Like I didn't really, but I didn't feel like they were the same type of game. Is what I'm saying.
But the game was clearly trying to be a shooter, and it failed.
Yeah. Well, I suppose
in System Shock, it's like this atmospheric survival RPG hybrid thing.
I'm sure that plays worse than BioShock.
I don't remember.
All right,
but I didn't play much of System Shock, but from what I can remember, it was like Deus Ex in that it was like a more of a choice-driven RPG sort of thing, whereas BioShock is just a straight shooter. That's what it's trying to be, and it sucks. It just doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
And I thought so back then.
Well done.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, so there. Weird.
What that game does well, it does really well. What that game fails almost at everything else, though.
It sucks at fetch quests, I give you that. But the thing is, like, it bothers me that they had so many fetch quests. But that, again, the whole reason they did have so many fetch quests was to reinforce the twist. And then
but you don't need fetch quests.
No,
to do that.
I know. But that's what I'm saying. That's where I felt it was a bit because there was one section where it's like you have to go through and this part and it's really intense. But then you realize, I have to go around. That's the bit where you have to fuck up your voice to be like a Big Daddy.
Oh wait, stop. I remember Would You Kindly, but I don't remember anything else.
Alright, well, you just have to get specific items, and then it's like what you said when she was like, go get the plants. It's basically the same thing, just different context. And that's why I'm saying it's just the fact that you have to go get all these fetch quest things are just, it sucks.
That twist literally works in any game, ever.
Yeah. The twist is great, absolutely. But the worst part is you still have to do the stuff afterwards.
Yes, after it's like, we've been over this. It's like when they make fun of something, but then have you do it anyway.
That's,
like, you gotta do a fetch quest, and then you gotta do a fetch quest.
That was basically Sunset Overdrive, from what I've heard people say. It's like, you have to collect all these balloons or shit.
But seriously, you have to
but you have to go do it. It's like, that's not fun. Don't make me do that.
I feel like there was a Star Wars game that like acknowledged like, it's kind of silly that we put the key on a different floor than the locked door, but hey.
There you go.
That's the world we live in. Go get it.
That sounds great.
Yeah. So, Adam, what else?
I played the Swapper.
The Swapper's really good.
Yeah, definitely.
I really like the Swapper.
I didn't get very puzzles,
far. I just went online and looked for answers.
Okay, I didn't do that, but I struggled.
Because I didn't realize you had to finish all the puzzles. Because I thought it was all things like, maybe you can
It's like you unlock new stuff if you do all the puzzles, but no, like at one point
every single one of those puzzles. I thought that kind of like the story and the setting was just marvelous.
That game is really like the graphics in that game. Well, the way it looks, are just like it's like really stunning.
Yeah, it looks really nice. I didn't need it to be exploratory. Like, I didn't need the Metroid style of it, especially since you have, like you said, you have to complete all the puzzles. So what's the point of exploring? What's the point of going in a different direction? Because you have to go everywhere anyway. They should have just freaking had it in a linear path if that's the way it was going to do it. Because I just found the exploring annoying at some point. Because I'm like, oh god, there's a puzzle over there I forgot. Now I have to go all the way freaking back.
Yep.
Swapper's good though.
It's good.
I thought it was brilliant.
Going to PS4? Woo.
Yeah. I played Gone Home as well.
Man, you just story-based games.
Gone Home. I have more fun with, like, I've become so disenfranchised with big blockbuster games at this point. Like, I recently did a video called, like, I put together a montage of games that came out this year. I didn't play half of them. I didn't play 90% of them. And I don't plan on ever playing them. I don't plan on picking up Far Cry. I don't plan on picking up Call of Duty. I don't plan on picking up Assassin's Creed. I don't plan on picking up Shadow of Mordor. I don't plan on picking up anything. Maybe Child of Light and Valiant Hearts. And
I heard mixed things about Child of Light.
Feeding the corporate Ubisoft, I see. Gross.
Yeah, as in, where is it? Like, I'm never going to play Destiny. I'm never going to play Dragon Age. I'm never going to play Titanfall, Wolfenstein, Watch Dogs.
You're not going to play Wolfenstein?
No, I'm not going to play Alien Isolation. I'm not going to play...
Wolfenstein kind of seems right up your alley, though.
Yeah, that is exactly a game you would love. Like,
no, it looks so generic.
But that's the thing, is that everyone says that it's not.
And yeah. I know.
In that.
All right. Well, I'm going to be playing it for Christmas, so I'll let you know if
I'm going to play it at some point, too.
Yeah. There's like... I don't know. There's nothing.
So if you're so disenfranchised, like you don't want to dig into these big games, like what are you into? Like indie games, I guess. Is that what more
indie and old
or old stuff that I don't know. I just don't like.
I really did not like Transistor.
I prefer games at least try to do something that's a bit different.
But that's a few games that came out this year are doing something different though. Like Alien Isolation, that's different for sure.
Yeah.
And so Shadow of Mordor. I fair enough. I understand. But
no, I get where he's coming from, but there are a few games in there that he said that he would love, and he's just.
If they were like a tenner, would you pick them up?
No, I wouldn't play them for any more than an hour and go, it's...
Unless
you did like them, then you would play them for longer than an hour.
And you don't know until you play it.
I mean, XCOM is a big blockbuster game, and you still played the crap out of that.
It's not in terms of like...
Yes, it is.
Assassin's
Creed. $60 when it came out.
No, like, it's not like in terms of like Call of Duty or Assassin's Creed.
I know what you're saying, but you're wrong.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a big budget, full-blown $60 purchase.
No, I know that. I'm not disputing the price, but I mean, it wasn't like a franchise like Call of Duty or Assassin's Creed.
It was the sequel to XCOM.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is it's not like a day in or yearly.
I know what you're saying.
But I'm wrong.
You're not. No, you're not wrong.
Thank you, Randy. Is that my Christmas present?
But yes,
woo!
That's the one you get.
No.
And luckily, considering that we live in such a great time where there's so much variety, there's always something good to play. Good is obviously subjective.
I just want to play it all, man.
You do. You have a problem.
I really do.
Yeah, Randy, you played so many games.
3 full price games with it.
I played. Yeah, and I played them all.
Wait, you did really?
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
What?
Wait, what? What did he say?
You got a loan and played.
Oh yeah, but it wasn't for the games.
He got a school
loan because
you still owe the money. It's not yours.
I mean, I'm borrowing it.
Oh my God,
I will give it back.
A problem.
Listen,
Randy, this is your intervention.
What I do with my student loans is my business.
I can stop whenever I want.
Just take the heroin.
Good God. I've never heard of an intervention on a podcast, but here you go. This is the first for everyone.
Randy, we all love you very much, and that's why we're here today.
Randy, it's been 6 months. Take off the giant cowboy hat.
I mean, but at the same time, like I don't go out, I don't party, I don't drink. Like that's my recreational money goes into games.
Well, that's fair enough. You got to spend your dollars on something to chill out with. There you go.
Yeah, because a lot of people budget for their party and alcohol budget. I don't have that, so mine goes into video games. Mm-hmm. Anyway, Adam.
Okay.
Anything else? Anything else?
No, that's it.
XCOM.
Oh yeah, of course, XCOM. My bi-weekly Sunday tradition of XCOM, NFL, and beer.
Booze, yeah.
So, it's bi-weekly and you're still not fed up with it? You're still chugging along?
Well, it used to be weekly, then I switched to bi-weekly because I wasn't really fed up with it.
Have you played the new DLC for it?
No.
Wait, there's new DLC?
Yeah, Enemy Within.
I haven't gotten any of that, no.
Oh, that was last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, it adds mech suits and shit.
That is not what I want. Like, that's stupid.
Well,
when they announced the price of that expansion, and they're like, it adds units. I'm like, that's it?
Well, I don't know. I don't know what else it adds. It's just units?
I don't either.
Right, there you go.
I'm pretty sure it's just units.
Let me check.
And weapons.
I mean...
And stuff like that. But there's no, like, new campaign or whatever.
Yeah, I guess. But it's a bit more to it. It's not... It says it's an expansion pack more than a DLC. So, I don't know. Maybe that's how they got away with it there because you're like, oh, you have new kind of missions, like a base defense, which is cool, I guess. But yeah, it's not.
I don't know. Whatever. I don't need it.
It's not DLC. It's an expansion pack. So yeah.
Yeah, we had some good multiplayer matches in XCOM.
Yes.
Some nail biters.
Thanks.
Yeah, we should do one of those.
Yeah, you should. You should record.
Of course, if you have a bi-weekly thing, I have barely touched it since. You're gonna be like a ninja now. I'm gonna see you running around.
Well, all I've been doing is playing on normal. So.
I don't know. But, we'll do that again.
Okay.
We should record it. We both have YouTube channels.
Oh yeah, that'd be a cool video to do, especially towards the last 5 minutes. And it's just
we're just super tense, and we're like, oh god, this could go either way.
The game is already tense enough like on your own, but then when you add like another player to it, that sounds.
The last game we played was freaking ridiculous. There were so many misses and next to each other.
It was one bar of health.
Yeah, it was literally down to the last shot. If he missed, I would have won. If he hit, he wins.
Sounds like that Yahtzee video where he had to snuck in the cool moment he had, where he blew open a wall and then he shot the alien with the sniper, and he's like, it was his last 2 units. That sounds exactly like what you're saying. I really want to see. Yeah, that's the thing. The game is just cool. It has really cool moments, but it's just one of those things where you have to describe it to someone. It's like, oh, we were all pinned down and everything. But yeah, if you guys record it, I think that would be a really cool video.
Something we could do. We have the technology.
And luckily you've got plenty of free time now when you don't have exams. Or
I do, for the next month, they'll be alright.
There you go. We'll try and do one of those. So yeah, and then the only other game I ever played this year was To the Moon, which I didn't.
I downloaded that not too long ago. I'm going to play it.
It's nice. It's
short.
Now, which one is that?
It's like 3.5 hours.
Yeah, I could just burn through that.
Yeah, it's well worth it. It's slow in the beginning. Like the first half hour, 45 minutes is pretty slow. But it picks up after that. Story's lovely.
Oh, yeah, I know this one.
It's like this. It looks like a Japanese RPG, but it's not.
Yeah.
No. But
it looks like one.
There's no RPG element. It's just a complete story.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll jump into that.
Yeah. So, wrapping things up, my game of the year is
XCOM.
Brothers.
No, it has to be XCOM.
Well, that's my game for the last 3 years.
Right.
No, I'd say Brothers, because no other game affected me quite as much as Brothers.
All right.
Oh.
Yeah. I was going to give Psychonauts, but no, Brothers. That's the one that stuck with me for longer than any other.
Nathan.
God damn, that scene brought tears to my eyes.
Yeah, this was brilliant. I don't like to say brilliant, because I think it's hyperbolic, but it was actually brilliant.
And they make you do this thing, and then you do it, and you succeed, and they tell you it's for nothing.
Have you other two...
It's a bit like
Nathan, Elle, have you guys played Brothers?
No.
I have not, but I have it on PS3, and I...
Play it.
Yeah, exactly.
If you have it, you need to play it.
It's a 2-hour game.
Yeah, it's not long.
Yeah, no, I'm going to wait until I get my PS Plus back, because I already have it.
Just play it.
No, I already have it on PS Plus, but I'm just waiting. Anyways.
Elle, you have to play it too.
Okay.
Yay.
There's no Troy Baker, though.
Ah, never mind.
Actually, you know what? There probably is.
No, it's too late.
He's in there somewhere. He's in there somewhere.
No.
I mean, the little boys, they have voices.
No.
It's probably Troy Baker.
No. No. I won't do it. No.
What are the voice? Like, I never understood the boys' names. Like, they yell at their names, and I could never. Every time I heard something different. It was like the horse's name in Shadow of the Colossus.
The horse's name is Aggro. Excuse you.
Yes, but it sounds like rah rah.
Yeah.
I heard something new.
It sounds like that husky on YouTube that sings its own name. It's like rah, and you're like, oh, that's kind of nice.
Oh, that's okay.
That's sweet.
I'm okay with that.
Nathan.
Hey.
24. Wait, Adam.
Oh. He already said
give me a minimum of 2 sentences.
Oh, okay.
Adam's gone again.
No, it's... Okay, pretty simple. Don't buy new releases, they're overpriced.
That was 2 sentences.
No, he said comma.
There's a library of gaming out there. Don't just saddle yourself with the newest releases. I played Psychonauts. 8 years old, brilliant. I played Brothers, came out last year. I played so many games that came out years. I played Half-Life 1 this year. So look at the entire catalog of gaming. You can find games on the cheap that are brilliant. So do that instead.
Unless you've played them all and you want to play something new.
Nobody's played them all. Just look back at best games of 2012. You'll find something you have not played and you'll find it for a tenner.
I don't know.
I got Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon this year for €3.
Woo!
I didn't even play it yet. Because I just opened up Uplay and I went, bullshit.
Oh, Uplay?
I don't understand this interface. I'm closing it down.
It frightened you.
You didn't even play it?
It's great. Fucking Uplay.
All right, now Nathan.
Hey. What's up? Represent.
2014.
Hey.
Tell me about it.
Okay, so in terms of actual games I bought, I've only really played bought like
Have you actually played something that came out this year?
Yes, I have. Yeah, I have played. Actually, I've played 4. Well, okay, one game came out as a re-release, but I don't know because we haven't talked about it. I bought Metro Last Light before the whole Redux came out. And I bought that at the start of 2014. And yeah, it was fine. Like Last Light is okay. It's a bit broken because of the whole, the mask thing where you only have like a certain amount of time and then you have to refill the filter. Unfortunately, I was caught in like a checkpoint when I had like 10 seconds left. So the game was like unplayable.
That was one of the games like Adam was saying that I went back after everyone's like, oh, the Metro games are fantastic, and I went and bought them super cheap. I just could not freaking get into them. I don't know why.
Yeah. I mean, it's something different, for sure. And that's what I kind of like in games when they're like, it's something different, you know?
I just want to keep trying. I want to try again. But for some reason...
Metro games, the developers have come out and said that you should play it on the highest difficulty with no HUD.
Yikes.
They're crazy.
It's already
Literally,
impossible.
that's the best way of playing it.
But everyone is...
Metro 1 and Metro 2 said that's how you should play it. That gets the way you get the most out of the combat, and you genuinely, like, that's the way you should play it.
Yeah, Evil Within also said that, and it's wrong.
I tried playing Metro Last Light on the highest difficulty, and you can, the way like there was that Ranger thing, which was DLC.
Yeah.
You had to buy it.
Yeah.
That was a holdover from THQ. That was just, they're constantly... But then they put a workaround in the menu system. You can just turn off all the settings anyway. And then just basically get it. They just put it, oh, fine, we put it in there. But playing it that way, it's quite good.
But,
maybe I'll try it again. Yeah. I don't know.
Game's hard enough. And like, I think I was playing like a normal, but it was hard enough. Like, I
it looks
got
really
stuck.
Nice.
Yeah. It's a very pretty game. But, and the whole, like, first person, like, immersion in it's pretty cool. Like, you have to wipe your screen.
Yeah, that's one thing I wish more games did, that gave you a real sense of being in first person. Like, I don't like it when you look down, you see you're just flying.
Yeah.
You're like a pair of arms just flying through the sky. It's weird.
It's a cool thing is that you have like a watch in the game, and the watch actually tells the time of like your own time zone. So when you're playing the game, you just look down at your watch to see what time it is.
Your system clock?
Yeah, your system clock. But it's cool because you're playing the game like, oh, what time is it? And you just look down at your
there was
your wrist.
Silent Hill Shattered Memories.
Did he do something like that?
So you have a cell phone in that game, and it has a battery on it, and it kept going down. I'm like, why is that going down? It's the freaking Wii remote's battery.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm like, it freaked me out for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah.
That was the scariest part of that game.
Okay, so...
It knows my battery.
So moving on, for 2014, I've also played, what's the name of this game? I can't remember what it's called now. A Wolf Among Us. I played that, and I absolutely loved it. I think it's very good. It was great. You played it. You played it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, have you not played it, Randy, at all?
No.
You should.
I don't know.
It's
something
good.
About something about the setting, just... I don't know.
But once you get into it, it's like, it's such a good world. The way it's built is amazing. It's very good.
It will inevitably be on sale soon. Maybe I'll give it a shot, but...
I liked it.
I got enough to play. So I don't know. Yeah, like, I don't know. I still want to get to Walking Dead Season 2, but...
Yeah, same.
Because Season 1, my save broke, so I was replaying Season 1 again.
Season 2 is good.
Season 1 isn't as good when you play it a second time when you know what's going to happen.
Is 2 better than 1?
No, not in my opinion.
No one says that. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say that season 2 is as good as 1.
God, well, you just 1 did, so there just, you go. 1 was just, this was the first time, it was probably the first time I've ever played a game where I had to sit and think after I finished playing it, because I was in no mood to do anything else. I was like, I had to...
Super depressed.
Yeah, because it was.
2 is definitely really more bleak, if you're excited about that.
No, because...
Yeah, because that's exactly what...
Yeah. I played 1 because...
You're complaining about how season 1 is making him super depressed.
It just started off so like, oh, we can actually do this. We can build something, and then it just falls to shit. Even in the first episode, it just goes downhill and it just gets worse and worse.
2 is infinitely more bleak than 1, and you're like, oh my god. Like, I played it with my friend Cammie, and like, she had never played the first one, so we played it together. She was like, this is so sad. Then we played the second one, and she was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's where, like, The Wolf Among Us was a nice break. It was a bit of humor and a bit of drama, as opposed to just sad. There was like, a bit of, like who is actually the killer, that kind of stuff. But yeah, the game is kind of funny in places. Like one of the big things I remember was like, there's actually 2 things. The first one was like Big B walks in and he sees like a soda machine. He says, this thing can kill you, and he just starts smoking. And then the other thing was like some guy passes out, and usually they have blank will remember this. It says blank will not remember this, because he's just so pissed. So
I turn those off.
But this is the one time I didn't know you could turn them off. That's interesting. That's weird.
What, the little...
Yeah, I didn't know you could turn it off.
Didn't we talk about that?
Yeah,
I think we did. Not there.
No, we did, yeah, because then you said, like, how are you meant to know if they... Yeah, I remember it.
It says blank will remember this, and then that character immediately gets killed. That's the one time where I thought maybe that there's something to that, but other than that, I don't want to know. Like, of course they're going to remember that. They're not idiots.
But moving on, the other game I played this year, I bought full price because I'm an idiot. No, not really. I really like this game.
Full price. You can buy a full price game. Don't listen to him.
But
you're allowed to.
No, see, the thing is, I'm usually a very patient gamer. I like to wait for things to go down, then I pick it up because money's tight, yo. And this is the first game where it's like, you know what? I've got the money for it. I'm going to buy it straight away. And that was Dark Souls 2. And that is definitely a game where you want to play it as soon as it comes out, because otherwise things will be spoiled for you by gaming, Kotaku and GameSpot or whatever.
So I thought that.
Because they'll be like, oh, did you know you can find this in the game? And you're like, whoa, don't spoil it. And you will inevitably find it, because it'll just pop up in your feed or whatever.
I kind of agree, but at the same time, I played Demon Souls right before Dark Souls 2 came out because I had never played it.
Yeah.
And I played Dark Souls and I really liked it. Mm-hmm. And I didn't have that trouble.
Demon Souls really avoided.
I apparently avoided enough of Demon Souls to where it was fresh and new to me when I got into it.
I
didn't know. Like when you get to the part where there's a player-controlled boss or whatever
in Demon Souls,
and yeah,
oh, I didn't know that.
You don't remember that?
No, I don't remember that. I didn't. Maybe I was playing off.
I assure you, it exists. Granted, it is the worst boss fight in the game.
Which one is it?
He plays as like a mage or something. Oh. Like you go in there and it's like, blah 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 has entered your world, and then there's a cutscene showing that this player's taken over this guy.
Oh, okay, all right.
Apparently, there's still enough people playing Demon Souls that's not an issue, because the second I walked in there, it said it. So
yeah, Demon Souls is just, I think it's still the better game out of Dark Souls.
Dark Souls is, I don't know. I think Dark Souls is better.
Well, I mean,
I don't know.
Dark Souls then Demon Souls, they're very neck and neck. Like Dark Souls does a lot of things better than Demon Souls, but Demon Souls has a lot of better worlds, I think.
I agree.
And then Dark Souls 2 just stumbles in behind. Well, not stumbles.
Dark Souls 2 is a big disappointment to me.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was okay. It was more of what you wanted.
So. Was it? There were things they changed that I didn't think needed to be changed.
What do you mean, like
the biggest bummer I have about that entire game is that everyone locks onto you. So when they swing and you're strafing around them, their vision is constantly on you. You know what I mean? In the other games where they're swinging, you dodge it, you can attack their back. In this one, they're constantly turning towards you. But I believe, trust me on this. Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. Where did everybody go?
Everybody's here.
Did Nathan go somewhere? I'm hearing stuff.
I think Nathan had to leave.
Oh, sorry, my signal dropped. I had to leave. So, did you say your issue that what you didn't like was changed was the bonfire?
No.
What
changed about the bonfire?
You can warp from the bonfire straight away.
Oh, that's fine. I don't care about that.
No, that was not fine at all. That sucked. Really sucked. I thought.
Oh, but I mean, you can't warp to bonfires you haven't been to.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that that gave the designers a free pass to be like, oh, well, if that's the case, we can just make...
That's true. There's a lot of dead ends.
Yeah, the world doesn't join up the way it does in Dark Souls, and I prefer Dark Souls for that because...
You're right.
It all works. It's what's the word? All roads lead to each other eventually. They all come back. And for the most part, yeah, maybe one or two don't because, well, obviously, at one stage it starts off at the top and goes all the way down to the bottom, so, that'd be impossible to bring back to where you started. But I don't know, Dark Souls 2 was fine. It improved a lot of online stuff, definitely. The online in the game is... I
still struggled to connect to my friend.
Oh, did you? Okay. I've never tried to play co-op or anything like that because I just think...
I mean, they made they made items in the game to make it easier. It's if you join this covenant and select this option and your friend is in the same option, you have a 60% chance of getting, why? Just let me freaking connect to his game then.
Yeah.
If you're going around these hoops to make it easier for me, just let me do it.
Yeah,
It's stupid.
Yeah, no, I agree with you
stupid.
there.
It was stupid in Dark Souls. It was stupid in Demon Souls. It's stupid in Dark Souls too.
There should literally be an option where you say join friend and then
just let me join this free.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I'm gonna find a way to do it. It's just gonna take me longer. So make it easier for me.
Yeah, for me, Dark Souls 2 was just more Dark Souls, so I was happy enough playing it. And Dark Souls is always it's one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite franchises so this year, and I think Bloodborne might be a bit of that again come February, I think it is, or March. I'm not sure.
It's funny when they announced Bloodborne and you could barely understand what it was it was the Japanese guy, I don't remember his name.
Yeah.
And he's Shuhei Yoshida? Is that his name?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, Shuhei, yeah.
And he's talking about the new IP that he's developing, and he's like, Rabo. Wait, what's the name of it? What the whole trailer's playing. I've tried it, what'd he say? Is this a sequel?
One of the things I enjoy about Dark Souls is that, it's good, it's really fun on, a meta sort of level, where once you finish the game, and then, if someone else has played Dark Souls, you can talk to them for hours about it, and say, all the different things you do, what's your setup, things you've encountered. Yes. Well, maybe this was a case of when the game was new, but you say shit oh, well, I went off this path and I found this boss, and then the other person says, oh, I didn't even know that existed, and then, it's a bit do you know when you were younger, and you used to talk about, games with your friends, you'd be oh, this secret passage in one of these games, or it's a secret cheat code. It brings back an element of that, which I love, because I think that's great. It's fun to always talk about games with friends and just talk about strategies and stuff. And I definitely think Dark Souls is one of the most accessible games for people to play, as opposed to what am I thinking, Hearthstone or World of Warcraft. Those are there's a strategy involved. I think Dark Souls might be the easiest one to be oh yeah, I play as a tank, and then someone says, oh, I play as a mage.
You think Dark Souls is accessible?
In terms of talking about strategies and how you play the game, because everyone plays the game differently, is what I'm saying. And
yeah, well, I mean, that's the beauty of that game, is that it supports many different play styles.
Yeah.
I don't like being slow, so I always wear light armor so I can dodge.
Yeah, I'm the same.
But there are other people that are hey, I like to put on as much armor as I can. I don't care if I can't freaking dodge. I'll just take the hit and keep going.
Yeah. I like to be fast, and my friend plays as a medium character, but he always buffs out his strength so he can carry insane weapons, which is always...
I don't like doing that either, because those swing too slow.
Yeah, he always uses what's the word? His Y-hander, and yeah, Jesus Christ, I see that, and I'm just looking at a katana, oh Jesus Christ. But I think it was probably the best game I played this year for €60 maybe.
I enjoyed it. I just didn't think it was as good as the other two.
Yeah.
I was saying that the thing that bothers me that they changed was that all the enemies now lock onto you, instead before where if you dodge past them and they're swinging, you can get behind them and start attacking. If in Dark Souls 2, they keep turning with you. Like you can't get behind them anymore.
Well,
it annoys the crap out of me.
Yeah, that was a game I reviewed at OSB, and I have to say, like, when you have to review a game that you enjoy, it's like...
Did you finish it?
I did not.
Because say, like,
Nick
has nuts. Yeah, Nick would not allow you to. That's a long game.
But I just, like, I played enough of it to be like, I know what's going on. I know how it's going to work. So, yeah. But then...
And you already played the first one as well, so...
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I think reviewing a game sometimes just impedes your enjoyment of it, because...
Yes, it does.
For sure, because you can't sit back and play this as a player. You have to play it as a reviewer, and, you know, that's partly one of the reasons why I actually stopped reviewing games, because I didn't like it. Because I'd hate to be like, oh, this game... Like, I remember saying ages ago, I was like, oh, I want to play Hotline Miami 2 when it comes out. But then, it still hasn't come out, obviously. But I was like, the second I play that, I'm going to have to put on my reviewer cap and be like, well, I love this game no matter what, and I was going to buy it anyways because I'm a fan of the first one. But as a reviewer, I'm like, is it any good or what? But, do you know what I mean? As a fan, I'm just like, oh, I love it. It's more of the same, you know? But as a reviewer, I'm like, is that good enough?
Yeah, it takes away some of the magic of gaming.
To an extent.
I think to an extent.
I think the biggest thing about it for me is that if you're reviewing for somebody, then you have to rush. That's the thing that I don't like.
And also, often you're not picking what you review.
That's
that's
it's like,
another thing.
Review this thing. And
like I would never have played Unrest if I didn't have to.
Yeah, and you play it at an ungodly rate, where you have to get done by this day. So you're putting in 6-7 hours just playing one game. Nobody plays games like that. Nobody sits for 7 hours.
Divinity was my nightmare.
Well, if it is your job, I guess you could do it, but it wasn't. It wasn't a job.
Games. People play like.
But if you're paid, if you're paid to play.
I mean, there are times where I've marathoned before, but like that's not the norm. Like that's I have to be way into it. Like you said, you did it with Psychonauts. It's because you were way into it, but very few people are actually going to sit down and just go for 6 to 12 straight hours just playing.
You're meant to not only play the game, you're meant to be critical about it while playing. You can't be that responsive to what's going on for 7 straight hours. It's just half it's going over your head. There's no point.
I find myself when I'm playing it, I don't try to necessarily go into a reviewer mindset. I just, when I feel myself have a reaction to something, I try to think about what it is. Like if I feel like, oh, I enjoyed that, and then I think why, and then or this annoyed me, and then I think why, and that's the only thing I do differently.
Yeah, see,
where normally I wouldn't say why, I would just roll with it.
The issue I would have with that is then, are you kind of reviewing the game for yourself? Like, are you just reviewing what you like about it?
Kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, I like to know why I don't like or don't like things.
But fair enough. But what my kind of problem is, like, if I review a game or something like that, I want to be kind of general about it, because I don't want to say specific niche taste, like, oh, I like BioShock because of the art style, and then someone goes, what the fuck's he on about? Art style? I don't care about that. Do you know what I mean? It's this weird thing where a lot of people, I know I do this anyways, I go to review, like, particular reviewers because I know what they like and what they dislike, and I know, trusting off what they said, whether it's a good game or not. But at this stage, like, you know, you can't really, like, when we're reviewing, not a lot of people know us. Do you know what I mean? Like, especially at OSP, it's just this random review. So at that stage, you kind of have to do, like, a general review. You can't just be like, this only appeals to it only appeals to me and these reasons. And people be like, well, I don't know you, so I don't know if this is a good review. As long as you can explain
why they appeal to you, I think you're grand.
Yeah. It's all about.
I don't necessarily struggle with. So when I started reviewing, I was writing notes, and I'm like, I don't need these. I stopped doing it because I realized that I didn't write any notes for the Evil Within review because I didn't need them, because I knew exactly. I felt strongly enough that I knew what I was going to say when I wrote it. So yeah, I don't know. I guess it depends on the game.
Yeah,
I felt strongly enough about the Evil Within. Granted, it was in a negative way, but I felt strongly enough that I knew exactly what I wanted to say, so it wasn't a struggle. But Unrest or something like this, I have just absolutely complete apathy for this game, and I have to write something about it. So.
Anyways, moving on. Before I get to the last game I actually played for, because I know we all can talk about it because we have all played it. I want to actually go through a list of the games I played thanks to PlayStation Plus, and I just looking at it, I'm like, wow, I played a lot of games thanks to the PS Plus stuff. So this year I have played Devil May Cry, DMC, Payday 2, Tomb Raider, or not Tomb Raider, sorry, Remember Me, Lone Survivor, Director's Cut, which was great. Clone in the Dark. No, I already played that actually.
Clone in the Dark?
Yeah, Clone in the Dark.
I don't know what that is.
It's a puzzle, stealth puzzle kind of game. Moving on, I played Puppeteer, which is great, but I didn't really play enough of it to get into it.
Didn't that require Kinect? I thought it did.
No. Thank God it didn't.
Wait, Puppeteer, what was I thinking of? I know
I'm not sure.
Where's that game where you control a marionette guy? Gunstringer?
Oh, okay.
Was what I was thinking.
I'm sorry, I can't help you there. I have no idea. So
that's all right, I figured it out.
All right.
Go ahead.
Moving on, I played Sly Cooper, Thieves in Time, which is great game. And that's when my subscription ran out, but that was like half the year because I got mine in June last year. So like I played all those games for half, like six months subscription. But €30, $30, which is I think
it's the same thing. I stopped halfway through the year as well because there's there's no more games coming out for it.
Yeah, and to be fair, I did stop off at a great point because after that it was Crisis 3, PS All Stars, Arkham Asylum, have it already.
Yeah.
Frozen Synapse, and what came out this month was Deadly Premonition, which is cool, and Hitman HD, which I already have. So yeah.
All right, so. Is that all the games you've been playing except the one that you're saving?
Yes, but I will talk about it now. Just probably my favorite game starting off the year was DMC. Great game. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah. I'm so happy it's coming to PS4 because I get to play it again.
It is coming to PS4?
Yeah, 60 frames per second.
I apparently missed that somehow. Well, I played it on PC, so guess what?
60 frames a second, 1080p, all the DLC, extra game modes, 2 new difficulties for €30.
Oh, nice.
That's not bad.
That's research right there, Adam. Thank you.
I saw the trailer yesterday and went, ooh, that looks good.
Yeah, I'd say my two...
I really like that game.
Yeah, so good.
Good for Ninja Theory as well, because they're in the middle of developing Hellblade, and just kind of up-resing DMC and putting it out there will help them get some money.
Experience, too. Experience on the new platforms. Apparently, The Last of Us helped Naughty Dog out with coding for PS4.
Yep.
So some of my favorite games from the PS Plus categories. I really enjoyed Lone Survivor. I've heard people say it's a bit like a pixel Resident Evil, which...
No, it is a pixel Silent Hill 2.
Oh, thank you.
It was almost exactly Silent Hill.
Oh, there you go. Well, I guess I played a Silent Hill quote-unquote game. And the other game was...
There are monsters in it, so Elle probably loves it.
Yeah.
No, I have to say goodbye to that analogy. Because I didn't play it, but I watched, what was it? The Evil Within, and I was like, man, none of these monsters are helping this plot any. Like, this is just sad.
Yeah.
I feel like a racist looking at, like, the words that I said, and, like, a former racist, like, looking at my hurtful words and being like, oh, man, like...
Oh, gross.
It's documented proof that you said it, too. Like, it's not going away.
Well, I'm not trying to say I didn't say it. I'm just saying that, like, I was in a different place, and then I played that game, and I was like, oh, man, like, this is rough.
Yeah.
Like, so devoid of anything creepy. Like,
yeah, you did say it wasn't a scary game.
Chainsaws.
Yeah. And wheelchairs and hospital beds.
Wheelchairs and gurneys, yeah.
I mean, it's like Yahtzee said when he's like, okay, what should we do? Let's make a horror game. Okay, what do you want to make it about? About horror, I just told you. Yeah, but like, what do you
Mannequins.
What do you want the central themes to be? I said scary, what do you not understand? Like, why is it so hard to work with you? I said horror. And he's like,
they clearly ran down... I will talk about Evil Within a little bit on my turn, so... Nathan.
Yeah, okay, so the other game was Payday 2, and that was a fun game to play. on PS3 of all things, as opposed to PC. It was fine. It was a good distraction for like, I don't know, like a month maybe. Like I played
Payday 1 when it had like a free weekend on Steam, and I just,
yeah, it's all right. Like I usually play, like it was free. Well, not free. Like I already paid for it, but you know, it came with PS Plus, and I was like, might as well play it. And I just played a lot of it. Okay, so finally moving away from PS Plus. The other game I played this year, and I'm pretty sure we've all played it. Elle, I'm not sure if you played it or not, but I'm just saying I didn't know whether you played this game. It was South Park, Stick of Truth, which I think was probably one of my favorite games this year, and we all love it. We all think it's a fine game.
Elle, did you play it?
What? No, I didn't.
I thought you did.
You like South Park, right?
Yeah.
You should probably play it.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah, I agree.
It's the best TV game, I guess.
It is kind of the best licensed game ever. Like, it does exactly what a licensed game should do, and it is good for the fans, but it's also a good game.
And it's the funniest game ever made.
It is really funny.
It's very funny. I mean, the whole segment with the gnomes, like, I busted my arse laughing at that.
I was shocked that they were freaking going for it, man. They did not care.
Yeah.
We're not on TV.
I was going to say, they have the liberty to be like, oh, fuck it, we're not on TV, we can do whatever the hell we want. And they really did.
Good. So good.
The only issues I have with it is that, like, I don't think the fart, like, the whatever.
Oh, the fart mechanics.
Yeah, and the kind of the quick time stuff, that kind of got old fast. You know?
I never even used them, so it didn't bother me any.
And the gameplay was fine. Like, it was okay. I mean,
it was good enough.
Yeah, it was good, but it wasn't like I was playing the game because I wanted to get more jokes and get more.
Yeah,
you know,
I didn't want that game to end.
Yeah, it was like a really long, good South Park episode or South Park. It was even like South Park movie, I guess. But I guess you're not playing it for the gameplay. You're playing it for setting.
Towards the end, I liked the gameplay towards the end when you got a bunch of your abilities unlocked.
Yeah, like no, it was okay. But what I'm saying is,
he's right. We didn't play it for the gameplay. The gameplay was good enough, and when
it didn't take away.
But that's not what I was playing it for. I was playing it for to see what would happen next and the jokes and stuff.
I would like the New Game Plus where I did like 15 level and then you were capped.
I capped real early.
Yeah,
I think
because I did all the side stuff and.
Yeah, I was hoping that maybe New Game Plus and enemies are stronger but no, they had to end it short.
Yeah.
Ended on a high.
That game is absolutely nothing short of a miracle because it came out from Ubisoft and Obsidian and there was like no bugs in it. What is happening?
I bet you that's because the guys, like Matt and Trey, they had full control over it. They're like, we're not doing this unless we do it our way. We're not going to release this. Because they delayed it a bunch too, remember? Because
I remember.
It was supposed to come out like a year before it did, and they're like, no, it's not ready. It's not ready. So
I bet you
Ubisoft would have been like, all right, fine.
They're in a position where they have they can say they've got fuck you money.
Yeah.
Where those two guys, because they're just so successful with Book of Mormon
everything,
and just everything, they're like, no, we don't care about profits. It's not coming out. It's not done. Play it a year. We don't care.
I feel like they've got enough money. They've got enough money that they never have to do anything ever again in their lives if they don't want to. But they want to. That's the thing, is that everything they do, they're passionate about, and they don't want to release it until it's ready, until it's up to their standards, and it shows in everything they do. So
I would absolutely love to see a making of documentary for that game, because
especially since it started at THQ.
They went through a lot of...
THQ got shut down.
Yeah, good God. It went through a lot of changes, I think. But I was recently watching Grounded, the Last of Us documentary.
That's a really good...
Yeah, it's just really interesting to watch. Like, even if... Like, I was watching with my girlfriend, she doesn't really care too much about games, but even she was like, oh, it was interesting. And... yeah.
It's like the Big Bang Theory. She's like,
yeah. It's you, Nathan. Oh, shut up. But yeah, like... I would love to see the documentary on, like, the Stick of Truth, because I think I'd love to see the creative process melded with the design process of the game.
Yeah.
Because I just think it worked so well in the game, and it was just a great game. Absolutely funniest game of the year for sure. I haven't played Borderlands, but I find that humor is very hit and miss with me. So, as opposed to South Park, I guess, where it's constantly ridiculous.
I would love to see, like you're saying, I would love to see conversations between Matt and Trey and the design team.
Exactly.
Them just being like, this is what we're going to do, and they're going to be like,
can we have more fart clouds?
We can't freaking do that. Like, this is a video game here. We have to program this stuff. It won't work.
It was great. Yeah. South Park's been doing great this year. You know, had a strong season.
Yeah, the season was really good too.
Yeah, it's a good season.
For the most part.
Yeah, I remember people giving out about the ending. It's like, it was a fine season. Good season.
Was this season the one with the wacky races thing?
Yes, it was. It was very funny.
I didn't think it was alright. I don't know. I didn't... When they introduced those characters the first time, I didn't really care for them, and I don't want to...
Oh, they did the Down syndrome guys. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't enjoy that episode beforehand. The one with the shark at the summer camp.
Yeah.
I didn't think that was too funny either. It was like, I don't know.
It's like, why are they bringing them back?
It's just,
clearly.
Yeah, it was just a parody of, what was that show? With the tree guys. They're all idiots, and like one of them's the leader, and like he hits them over the head and shit.
Three Stooges?
Yeah, thank you. I couldn't remember the name of it. I couldn't remember the name of it.
I'm surprised that, I don't think I've ever heard someone struggle to come up with the name of the Three Stooges. That's why it threw me off.
I've never watched it. We didn't.
Yeah,
we didn't have it.
It's an American thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've never watched it either. It's a big pop culture thing, so.
Yeah, I know of it, but I actually have never watched an episode. It's just this osmosis. I've seen enough references to it to know exactly what it's about.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. Wise guy, huh?
Certainly.
So yeah, South Park was a great game, but in terms of like, I actually haven't played that much in terms of what came out, and I think Randy, you played a lot of games that were new this year, so
I did.
Do you want to take over the reins here?
Once you give me minimum of two sentences.
My first sentence is.
So what, you're going to do two separate sentences?
Yes, they're unrelated. First sentence is, buy PS Plus. Just, even if you're PS3, just buy PS Plus. Because PS Plus is...
If you got a PS4, you have to.
Yeah, that too, you know. But if you have a PS3 and you're not playing PS Plus, I think it's a cool way to just fork out 50 quid or whatever, and you just get random...
It's a cool way to just lose money.
Cool way to lose money, but you get to play some fun games. I mean, most of the games I've played, they have been something I wouldn't necessarily pick up, but when I've played them, I've enjoyed them. So I think it's a good way to kind of improve your palette for games a little bit, where it's like, you get to play all these games you never thought you'd enjoy, but hey, since you already slapped down 50 quid for it, you might as well download it, you know?
Yeah,
so
like DMC.
It's good value as well. Like, I think I remember reading somewhere like it's like $1,000 worth of games to give away for $50 or $60, whatever it is. So, you know, might as well. And my other, I wouldn't say sentence. I wouldn't say it's a sentence.
There were several sentences in the last one.
Hey, that was one sentence in quotes, and then
it's a run on.
And it was a comment on the sentence. I don't know. I'm trying to. This year's been weird because a lot of games came out that. Oh, I've got my sentence. Okay, here's my second sentence. Hype kills everything. Just that's it. Hype. Just don't be too hyped over games anymore. Just look at it at face value. You know, because with Watch Dogs coming out, and everyone just got super pissed off.
I forgot about Watch Dogs.
Yeah, there you go. And the same thing with Unity. People played it, and then or Destiny. Sorry, not Unity.
Watch Dogs is playable. Freaking Unity's a broken mess.
But also Destiny, where people were super excited over it, and then it came out, and well, what do you know? It's not that good. It's okay, I guess. I haven't played it, so. But the problem with those games is that people were so hyped up over them and thought these are going to be the most amazing games of all time, and they're coming right now. I can't wait. It's going to be fantastic. Then they came out and they were shite. That, like, people just got too excited for it. And the problem is, again, it kind of happened again with events this year. People thought E3 was going to be, like, amazing. Oh, all these cool games coming out. And again, with PlayStation Now, they thought, oh, they're going to unveil, like, Fallout, and they're going to have the next date for Metal Gear 5. But it didn't, because people were just they were hyping it up too much. They were just going crazy with it. And I think a lot of gamers these days have that issue where they just think the game that's coming out, it's going to be amazing in their head, but when they actually play it, they realize, it's not as amazing as I thought it would be. And, like, I'm not saying don't get excited for a game, but get excited within reason, you know? So
have realistic expectations.
Exactly. Like, people are kind of being a bit sour about No Man's Sky at the moment.
I am.
And I know, but when that came out, I said, it's a game where you just explore. And it's still a game where you just explore. I knew what it was in for, and I'm not sour by it at all because, you know, I can understand why people be sour about it because the press has really hyped it up big time. They thought it was just going to be huge, and they kind of overemphasized and embellished it a bit. But
it sounds like the game to end all games. But it sounds like too good to be true.
Exactly. But the thing is, it's up to you as a gamer yourself to assess whether it's good or not. It's like anything, any piece of media that comes out, you have to look at it and go, well, what's it going to be like? It's not going to be the greatest, amazing thing of all time. It's going to be good. You know, I think people just expect too much of games these days. And they want the moon and everything in this game, but sometimes they can't deliver that, you know? So, yeah, the sentence being just calm down. Calm down, gamers, will you? Jesus! Alright.
So I guess it's my turn then.
I suppose.
Actually, I have to go. I have to go to work now.
Oh, Al.
Great time.
I told you.
What time is it? Holy crap. It hasn't been 2 hours yet.
Yeah, it's been like an hour and a half, but I have to get there.
Okay.
Alright, fine.
I'm sorry.
All right. Thank you for joining us.
It's something called a job, Randy. God.
What are you talking about? I don't know what that is.
I can't use my special state money on games. I gotta go make real money, Randy.
My money's real, it's just not mine.
Okay, thanks everybody.
Bye.
Bye. She's still here. Is she gone now?
It's like that awkward goodbye. Someone's still in the room with you. I'll get away from the cat.
Oh man, that drives me nuts when people say goodbye and they still have to make the walk all the way to the exit and they're not even close to it.
Yeah.
Like, no, well now we're here. And
now
we can't say anything because you said the last thing that we say.
That happened to me before. I said goodbye to my friend and he left. But when he said goodbye, he meant he left and was waiting outside for his taxi. And then I went outside to wait for my taxi and I was like, that's a bit of a dick move. Straight up front. It's like, you could have waited inside with me.
Alright, I guess it's my turn now.
I guess so.
So I played too many games to remember all the games that I played.
A lot.
But I have a list of games that I want to mention. I will talk about the top 5 as well as some honorable mentions.
Oh.
I will start with the honorable mentions.
You made a list.
I did.
I was counting off my fingers, like, what games did I play?
So, honorable mentions are 3, actually, now that I think about it. Right. I forgot one already.
Okay.
So, I reviewed Concursion, I reviewed that for OSP, and it's a game I never would have played if it weren't for reviewing it. And while the game has the worst graphics I have ever seen a game ever have, it was it was fun. It had some really cool ideas in it.
Oh,
Broken Age.
I think I played that game. It didn't run on my PC.
How do you did not?
On Concursion. Concursion, I meant Concursion. Yeah, I was meant to play it, and then it kept crashing on me, and then I had to give it to you.
Yeah.
So you're welcome.
This thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is weird.
Yeah.
It looks horrible, right? Graphically.
Yeah,
it's got some weird
like
clip art. I enjoyed it.
Anyways, Broken Age.
Broken Age. The first half of it, because the second half is still not out. Thought it was really clever. Thought the puzzles worked into the story pretty well. The story was really good. The twist at the end was enjoyable. Dark Souls 2. Enjoyed it. Was a little disappointed, but I enjoyed it. We talked about it.
Right.
We don't need to go into it any further. Now, top 5. Number 5, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. If you would have told me last year that a Call of Duty game would be in the top 5 favorite games that I played this year, I would have punched you.
such a sellout.
What? But it's good.
Why don't you just go suck Activision's knob?
Cradle the balls while you're at it too.
I'll use my index finger and rub around their anus.
Oh God,
it's too far.
Rusty trombone. Oh wait, no, that's the other way. That's the other way.
No, it's the other way around. Nathan, come on now.
Oh, I'm sorry, Randy. You have to teach me.
Tongues in their butt, and I'm jerking them off. Like that's what a rusty trombone.
Well, what's the other one, right? I'm imagining that the other way around is some kind of plumbing job where you have to try to, you know what I mean? No, with like the you're trying to suck the gasoline out. There you go.
So you know when you like squeeze the boobs around the penis and you hump it.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? Okay. So I came up with this idea that you do that from the top, like top down. The woman's laying down, and you do it from the top down, and you poop on her chin, and it's called the bearded lady.
Okay, let me just Urban Dictionary this in case it doesn't already exist.
The bearded lady?
Yeah, I can get behind it. I mean, I'm not going to do it, but I appreciate.
You could get behind it, alright.
Whoa. That sounds hilariously unhygienic.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't do it either, but...
Hey, it's there. Oh, well, I think I've got to search.
No, it's not there. Bullcrap.
Oh, gross.
Someone stole my...
The bearded lady. This is when you are doing the chili dog surprise and the fork in the road at the same time. This will in turn climb up the woman's jawline, giving the effect of having a beard. What the fuck?
What is that? I have no idea what you just said.
Okay, what's a chili dog?
Alright, who cares?
Alright, you keep going. I'll update you.
Breaking news. Hughes news.
Oh, here we go. So a chili dog surprise. When a couple is doing a 69 and the man squeezes legs together tightly and forces a lumpy dump through the front of his legs and it pushes past your balls into the face of a chick. Huh. Okay. I have no idea what a fork in the road is.
I don't either.
Ew, gross. Okay, I think it's basically what you said.
So someone stole my beard?
Yeah, you poop on the chin, and it looks like a beard.
Oh, I've told many people about the bearded lady. It wouldn't surprise me if someone just stole it.
Yeah,
put it up on Urban Dictionary. It's messed up.
Oh God. Oh, here we go. A fork in the road. The action of pulling your penis between your legs while sitting on a hard surface and defecating so as the log is pushed between your legs and is parted by the penis, leaving a fork in the road.
Okay, so that's not quite the same.
Well, I think the chili dog thing is. I don't know why they said a fork in the road. Gross. Urban Dictionary is a gross site, just let you know.
It's my favorite.
Ugh.
Moving on.
Anyways.
So Kevin Spacey adds a lot to the story because he did a really good performance and that was strange, and his game was just fun to play.
Mm. All right.
Divinity Original Sin, number 4.
Ooh.
I wish I didn't have to review this game because I really enjoyed it, but even with that, I still really enjoyed it. It gives players... It doesn't treat the player like they're an idiot. It's not hand-holdy in any way. It gives you a brief description of what you have to do, and then you have to go explore and find it, and it was refreshing. And the combat was really well done. Number 3, Shovel Knight. It is...
I really wanted to get that.
It's very, very good. It is extremely fun. It could be, and I say this as a compliment, it could be a Nintendo game. Like it could just, if you would have told me that this was like some long lost, unreleased Nintendo game and they just released it, I would believe you. And I really am saying that as a compliment because those games are really good. And it does it in the style that it is trying to replicate. I think it's really effective. So really good music too. So that's good. So now, there are 2 games that this took me a while to decide which one I liked better. Can you guess what they are?
No, I don't know. You have a very weird polish.
We've talked about them.
Okay.
We've talked about one of them.
Okay. Well, South Park, I'm sure.
Yes.
What else did you play this year? Shadow of Mordor?
Yes. Those are the 2 games that I could not decide which one I liked.
Oh, no. All right. So
at the end of the day, I figured that
Okay.
Mordor does more for the gaming thing, like for the. I think it's more important. Like it does something new that no other game has done. I think I hope a lot of games rip off what it does, and I'm really excited for where the future holds because of this game. That said, I like South Park better. South Park is incredible. So number 2 is Shadow of Mordor. Number 1 is South Park.
I agree with you there. Like South Park is just
South Park was just so much fun. I couldn't stop thinking about it.
Exactly.
Like when I started playing it before I had to go to class, and I played it for like 4 hours, and then I had to go to class. I'm like, I don't want to go to class. And I went to class. I wasn't thinking about class. I'm like, I want to go home and play South Park. And as soon as I got home, I started playing South Park, and then I finished it. I finished it within 3 sittings.
I think, like you said, Shadow of Mordor did do a lot though. Like
it does a lot, and it does really well. It's South Park is just exactly what I was looking for at the time. That it just made me happy. It made me feel really good. And not to say that Mordor didn't, but Mordor is basically a lesser Batman.
Yeah, same
with
here.
One really cool thing.
Finished South Park within 30 hours of getting it.
So does that mean South Park is the official Unidentified podcast game of the year? Because we've all played it.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, it gets the golden. What gets the golden paper crown?
The golden Identify scroll.
Will they do DLC?
It's just costumes and stuff.
Who? Shadow of Mordor? Shadow of Mordor, that's right?
Oh, you mean Shadow of Mordor?
Or South Park?
Don't give it. South Park.
Oh, no. What?
No, they've only done costumes and stuff. I kind of wish they'd do. That's the one game where I'd be like, you know what? I'll play a South Park episode.
I would love.
Why not?
I would love to see DLC for that. Something crazy. Imagine if you could play as Randy or something like that. That would be hilarious.
Yeah, whatever. Just, I believe that they could give that DLC would be worth it to me because it's basically you're buying an episode to play through, and that makes perfect sense. I don't want to I didn't talk about Mordor much, but it's really, really good. I really enjoyed it a lot, and I really do think it is a big important step for gaming. Storytelling in gaming too, but holy crap was South Park just freaking perfection. I had so much fun with it. I want to play it again.
Did you read that post by Ken Levine?
I did.
Praising
and he's right.
Shadow Mordor. And I completely agree. It's very good.
Completely agree with everything he said.
Have you read it, Adam?
Nope.
He mentions XCOM in it, so
yeah, there you go.
You should probably read it.
Name drop.
Required by law.
So I guess that's all our nominees.
Where did he write it?
I'm not sure. It might have been his
some
website.
Weird website. I've never.
Might have been his website or something like that.
It's not his blog, is it?
Probably.
I don't know.
Probably is.
I don't know. I'll find it for you.
Okay, so I figure since we have our games out of the way, do you want to talk about the year as a whole?
My 2 sentences first?
Oh yeah, sorry. Please, by all means.
If we're going to talk about the year as a whole, then my sentences.
Okay, well, do you want to say your sentences and then we'll lead into it?
Well, my sentences were going to be holy crap, I forgot my sentences.
Oh no.
One of them was going to be along the lines of stop releasing broken games.
Well,
there's been quite a few this year.
That is absolutely, it shouldn't have to say that. And I think I shouldn't. I think it's hilarious.
Here I am.
Yeah, there you go.
Having to say it.
Good God.
You remember in the days when a game came out and then it was done?
That was it.
Because you couldn't patch it and
that was
the game was just what it is. I look over my shoulder back in the back of my room and I have a bunch of old systems and I think those games didn't have patches. Those games came out and they were done. That was it. I mean, every once in a while there'd have a extremely rare save bug that some people would get and they would mail them off and they'd get a new copy. I think nowadays, just games come out of the box and they freaking are unplayable.
Yeah.
It's not okay.
What was that Miyamoto quote? Let me think of it now. A rushed game is always, or a delayed game is eventually good, but a rushed game will always be bad. I was like, that's completely true. Whereas I think the demand is just, it's so high for games these days that people are just pushing them out as much as they can. And it kind of suffers a bit, I think.
To be honest, do we really need another Assassin's Creed? Freaking take your time, people.
The thing is, I know I can understand when people say, oh, let's wait for, like Assassin's Creed should take a break. But I can guarantee you they already have the one after the British one already lined up. And it's like for them to take a break, that's at least 2 years down the line. Because they already have them all mapped out. So
more importantly, people, I'm going to direct this to actual people. Don't buy broken games. How does that sound? Wait until the game comes out. Figure out if it's going to be playable.
Now,
then make your decision whether or not you're going to buy it.
Well,
the stupid bullcrap of people pre-ordering games that won't even necessarily work. It's nonsense. Like you're going to get what? Unless you get some financial, unless it's a discount. But even then, that's still.
Or a reimbursement isn't even that good. I don't think. Like,
well, yeah, but I mean, like, people pre-order games for stupid, like, oh, you'll get free costumes and stuff. Like, who cares? Like, why do people care about that stuff? Stop feeding the beast.
Yeah, that's true.
If people weren't guaranteed sales, they wouldn't be rushing the games out like they are.
It's never as good as you think it's going to be. Like, unless you absolutely are a diehard lover of the franchise or whatever, I just don't think you should buy it. You know, but. I guess it's people's money and they can do what they want, but
they can. I mean, this problem I really truly believe this problem could be fixed, and it starts with people stop buying crap.
I would imagine, like, I wonder how many, like, gamers are out there who aren't as kind of informed as we are, if you know what I mean, that kind of keep on top of the news, and I wonder how many are just kind of people that say, like, oh, they just buy a game every year.
Well, they should even less pre-order. They should have even less of an incentive to do that. Like, those people should be the people that walk in after hearing the good buzz, right?
Yeah, I would love to know the fraction, though, of people who, like, I wouldn't say religiously, but keep on top of the news and read reviews and have their own site and shit like that. Apart from IGN, and then other people who just go, oh, new Assassin's Creed, oh, I'm gonna get that.
I mean, the movie industry and the TV industry prove that reviews mean jack. Like, they mean nothing.
Exactly.
So, I mean, it's possible that there are people out there. The thing is, though, is that game reviews matter more than movie and TV. Movie and TV are subjective. Game reviews are, is this game playable or not? You know, like that's.
No.
You don't think so?
They're immensely subjective.
Well, for the most part, yes, but it's at the same time, like if Assassin's Creed comes out and you launch the game and it's super broken, that game's going to get a low review. There's no movie out there that if you go and see it, it's just not going to play because the frame rate's bad or something like that. A movie's going to work.
That's because there's more regulations in film.
Right, and there should be for games. But there's not.
It's new.
I don't know. That's harder because games are 100% interactive technological pieces that
there's an awful lot more moving
parts. They can go wrong more, but that's why reviews are more important for games because they explain if the moving parts break in a way, then they can explain.
Rarely does a game come out where it is broken.
No, their games come out broken all the time.
Yeah,
they come out
this year especially.
They come out like finished, but none of them are unplayable.
Oh yeah, but I'm not saying when I say unplayable, it's an exaggeration. I mean the play experience is poor because of the technological aspect.
Like no game comes out like 0%. So like they'd probably come out like 60 or 70 if they're like bad or it's like there's missing a lot of good elements to it, I guess.
In a review for a game, you'll see stuff talking about like texture pop in and frame rate, and that stuff just doesn't matter in movies and film because it doesn't happen. Like a movie is a movie is a movie. It's going to be a thing that you sit down, it's going to work no matter what. I don't think there's ever been a situation where a person has sat down and watched a movie and it glitched out. Like that just
the game or the movie just stopped playing.
But then there's no person input. It's one thing that
I know that. I'm not saying that it's not okay. Like I understand that glitches happen and it's obviously understandable that it will. It's just that's why reviews are more important. They're informing the people that this could happen if they're in there. Like if this game has a glitch, it's important for people to know about it.
Yeah.
Which is why reviews for...
It's a different beast altogether,
TVs,
though,
yeah.
to be fair.
Reviews in TVs or movies, or they comment on the acting and stuff like that. Like, that's stuff that doesn't matter.
Like,
but if there's a chance that a game coming out of the box will have a feature that's broken. Yeah.
Like, while movies and games are both entertainment, they are different beasts altogether. Like, that's like saying, like a book is like a movie. No, it's not. It's both entertaining and entertainment pieces, but they are completely different than, like, there's so many different elements to them. But, again, like you said the reviews are just jack. They don't really do anything. But, I don't know, I feel, I want to be at a stage where reviews are more important, as in, a review comes out and it's bad, and it actually means something. And I know, like, because Destiny didn't get great reviews.
Yeah, Destiny.
It got okay reviews, like, middle of the road, but it still got insane.
It sold like crazy.
And AC Unity, that got, like, meh reviews. Or did it? I don't know.
No, it got pretty bad reviews.
Okay, but, again...
Well, when I say bad, that's, game industry bad, so 6s and 7s, but...
This year's been crazy, though. Like, the amount of games that came out that had huge problems. Like, there's issues with them, and...
Like Falling Through the World is not okay.
Oh, God. Like,
it never...
Like the Master Chief Collection, that came out and people couldn't even play it.
You can't play online.
You can't play online.
You can't play it.
And I don't understand that. Did a reviewer play it and then did it not work online or something like that?
I don't know. The reviewers did it before the online worked, so they reviewed it on the merits of the single player.
That was bullshit because you were...
Which is bullshit.
Because you're not paying for the single player. Most people aren't. They play for a bit and goes, oh, I remember this mission. Oh, so great. Anyways, let's jump online. Oh, we can't? What? You never said this in a review.
But everyone thinks that, like, we have to get this out as early as possible to get as much hits, right? Like, that's...
I just...
Sucks.
Yeah. I really think reviews need to kind of restructure a bit. Or maybe the way reviews are being given need to be restructured or something. Because, like, you can't give a game out and be like... And then not realize, oh, half of it doesn't work. Like, it's an integral part of why people bought it actually doesn't work. I don't know if it still works or not. I'm not sure if they fixed it. I hope they have, but, like,
the reason why the Halo issue wasn't apparent before the game came out is because reviewers only played online with themselves in their pre-release copies.
Mm.
Yeah.
And because they wanted to get their review out for hits, they had to get it out by the embargo, and then of course after everybody else got online, then there were huge issues. But too late.
I hate that kind of term. Oh, it's a review copy. Surely the review copy should be the normal copy. There shouldn't be a distinction.
I mean, it was a normal copy. It's just the servers weren't the same.
But
before the game came out.
I just feel like
at the same time, who do you like? There's a problem. Like, it's either reviewers or like it's. No, it should start with the game should work, right? Like, that's kind of the... Yeah,
like, okay, so a recent...
But if the game doesn't work, then the reviewer should report it. Like, those are the problems.
Yeah. Okay, right, so this guy came out with, I think it was Rock, Paper, Shotgun, something like that, I'm not sure. He came out with an article saying, we shouldn't be buying broken games in 2014. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Completely, like, that's the title, and then he backs it up. So, on the other hand, he reviewed Halo and, like, gave it, like, a 9. The Master Chief Collection, but the game was broken, and it's like it's kind of like a contradiction to what he's saying, where he says the game's broken. In his review he said it as well, he said there's elements that were broken, but then he still gives it a 9, which implies that it's very, very good, excellent game, but then he also turns around and says, maybe you shouldn't buy these games. It's just, I don't know, it's a weird level of, you're saying one thing, but then you're also doing something else when you were reviewing it, so...
The score is basically the final recommendation. It's like, yes, it has these problems, but I think the game is worth it despite the problems. Like, Skyrim got a whole bunch of really good reviews, but that game was messed up in all sorts of ways when it came out, remember? Like,
yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, it wasn't
with Fallout.
Yeah, Fallout was a great game, but when it came out, it was buggy as hell, and that definitely impedes it as, like, a game. It's not...
But people think that it's worth it.
Yeah. It's tricky because I think games are just more complex now than ever, that there's always going to be a problem with them, and... because they're a lot bigger and bolder than what they were like 20 years ago. And
at the same time,
you can't always insure against it, so.
At the same time, like, yes, games will have some quirks. They always will. That's just the nature of the beast. But Assassin's Creed was, come on.
No, yeah, that was awful.
That was a freaking mess.
Broken as hell. And not only that,
or even Halo, you can't play it online. That's not okay. Like we need. Yeah, you promise a feature, it's not there.
And not only that, it was just like they kept having the pop-up stuff, like continuously pop-up notifications. I remember people complaining about that, but like apparently that's in like nearly every Ubisoft open world game, where it's just they're constantly bombarding you with stuff to do, saying, "Oh hey, have you checked out this outpost yet? Oh hey, have you bought this new weapon yet?" Like just no, let me play the game. I don't know. I think Ubisoft had a very bad year, very very bad year. But they're still laughing all the way to the bank, so it doesn't matter.
They made a fuckload of money, so
yeah, exactly. That's it at the end of the day. They are a company, and as much as they make games, so they make money as well.
I'm hoping that this year was a little bit of a wake-up call for them, but I worry that, like you said, they just made enough money that it won't matter.
It absolutely did not make a difference. It might make a difference for the gamers to be like, maybe I shouldn't just buy day one. You know? Maybe that will... But the thing is... I don't think Ubisoft were going to change too much because they still sold a bucket load.
Uplay stuff that's going on. Like, it's not just that. Like, Ubisoft's kind of slipping up in a lot of different ways this year. And hopefully, I say hopefully, but it's totally not going to happen. Like you said, they made enough money to where it totally won't matter.
As long as the money keeps coming in, they're not going to change a thing. So it's up to the gamers to like not fuel
vote with
these
dollar,
bad games. People. Exactly. The power is in the dollar. The power.
You have the power.
You, the consumer, can dictate what happens next. It's all about like
only you can prevent forest fire.
But the thing is, like,
fuck them. If you're dumb enough to buy a broken game, well, fuck them. You deserve a broken game.
Yeah.
But I don't want broken games.
But the thing is, like...
Don't buy it. Don't buy a broken game.
I didn't buy Assassin's
Creed. Yeah, I didn't either. But the thing is, like...
If you want to spend money on a broken game, go for it. I don't give a shit.
At the same time,
it's a squandered potential.
I'd like this world where Assassin's Creed's not broken.
That's the thing, yeah. And
buy it 6 months down the line when it's fixed.
But it pains me to see these games coming out.
Assassin's Creed anyway, so that's a bad example. But
yeah, it just pains me to see these games coming out and you think, that could be good, that's a good idea. But then when they implement it and it's shit, and then you're like just look at the way AC2 was compared to AC Unity. It's like different games altogether, even though, same thing. And I just feel like if people want a new Assassin's Creed and in the style of 2, the way 2 was so good, they shouldn't just go, maybe this one might be good, and then buy it just because they hope it'll be good. Like, just buy it on, I used to play these games, like, 7, when did 2 come out? I don't remember.
Assassin's Creed 2?
Yeah.
2010?
Yeah, sure. Like, just say, like, remember when AC2 came out? Maybe this one will be just as good. And it's not, because it will never be, because they just keep porting out shit games, because people are going to keep buying them. And it's very infuriating, because, like, if you're a fan of Assassin's Creed, and you're like, 2 was amazing, and all the...
Yeah, Adam, like, that's... I agree with you to an extent, but at the same time, like Nathan's saying, if you're a fan of Assassin's Creed, and you see these Assassin's Creed comes out and it's broken and you don't buy it because it's broken, that's disappointing to people that I wanted to play Assassin's Creed, but it's broken.
Yeah. It's more of a franchise.
They don't owe you anything. That's the strange. They don't owe you anything. They're a business.
No, I know they don't owe us anything, but I'm saying that the people that are buying the broken games should stop buying the broken games so the broken games aren't broken anymore.
Yeah, and the people making the games don't want to have a broken game. They're forced by deadlines to push it out in time for the holidays.
I don't know who to blame here. I don't care I don't care whose fault it is.
Deadlines and matter of business. That's all
it's the business. It's just the way it works.
No developer, I almost guarantee this, no developer would release an unfinished game if they had the choice. I think it's obviously the publisher that's saying, like, hey, you need this out by this time because this is when we're going to get the most money.
But, okay.
Yeah, they do that, and then they make the most money, and then next year they can hopefully improve upon it. I don't know. Can we move on? I'm fucking sick of it. Like, if I have to
my second sentence.
If I have to read one more post about Ubisoft, I'm going to fucking croak.
I mean, fortunately, Ubisoft's done for a while, I think, in terms of the games.
God, like, if they put out Far Cry and then Assassin's Creed and then some other game,
and then a different Assassin's Creed.
I don't know.
And God. The Crew.
Oh, the Crew came out. That's completely
The Crew came out. It's also slightly broken.
Yeah, of course it is.
Carry on. What's your second sentence?
It's going to be... Well, it's going to be based on the Gamergate stuff. Basically, everyone just stop worrying about... I don't know. How was I going to phrase that? I don't remember. It's going to be along the lines of...
The Gamergate is so fucking retarded. I'm sick.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, like, that's kind of what I'm saying, is that stop being mean to people. Also, stop caring what everyone else thinks.
Also, I hate the word.
Gamergate.
Why is everything gate? It's like, so
'cause it's
silly. Every controversy is did a gate. Come up with, it was relevant 40 years ago with Watergate. That was relevant. The President of the United States was in cahoots. That's not everything afterwards can be gate. It's stupid. Come up with a better name.
What did I say? Was it Resolution Gate when the 1080p stuff was going on?
No, gate.
That was an actual phrase.
No, I said
around.
that. Wait, it was?
Oh yeah.
I was joking.
No, about the whole 900p.
Yes.
That was a legitimate phrase.
Someone said Resolution Gate.
Websites.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so my second sentence is changing. Stop using gate. Just stop it.
That was up on fucking Kotaku and Polygon and a bunch of websites. They're using gate. Resolution Gate is 900p. Like,
I mean, that's something we could talk about. Stop giving a crap about the resolution.
Well, I can understand why people are mad about it, but it's not something to be mad about. It's just it's grass is greener situation. Where like, oh, I bought an Xbox One and it's not as good as PS4.
But people should have known that, right?
Well, yeah, it was in the specs.
They should have did their research before they dropped hundreds of dollars on this inferior system.
So
sorry,
it's like complaining. It's like complaining your PS3 is not as powerful as PS4. Well, obviously, because look at it. It's you know what I mean. I don't know where I was going with that. I'm just saying, it's people crazy. That's all. Go ahead, Adam. Sorry.
Advice to everyone: don't bother with gaming sites.
Game
sites, game press sites. Don't bother with them. It's all traffic driven.
Yeah, watch our stuff
and sensationalism. Go to YouTube. Find individuals who don't have an agenda and aren't in it for the money.
I have a couple for you. I got Randy for you. And,
you find people doing stuff on YouTube which are far more in depth, far more interesting, and far more critical than anything any of the big sites will ever do.
I guess we kind of had this conversation a while back, I think, where it was like, everyone's doing news. There's only so many ways you can report the news, and that's where the individual, like, flavor of, like, oh, we did this special video about the science of gaming, or we did this video about, different types of guns in games. Those are the kind of things that shine through when I look at a game site. Cause, like, you can get news by the barrel full elsewhere. So, like, I think, like, I follow GameSpot more for the video than the actual news, because I like some of the shows they have. And
you like the personalities behind them.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's where gaming should be, like gaming sites and coverage.
That's where everything should be.
Yeah,
not just gaming, but
yes.
It makes no sense. And they got the Point and Reality Check, which objectively go, wow, those are two really good shows.
Yeah, for sure.
How come you've only got, and they do the gist, which is basically a top 5, and then a daily news video, and then something. I was like, why don't you have something spectacular on once a day? You're this giant company.
They're not that giant anymore. They've apparently downsized quite a bit. I'm saying apparently because I don't know, but
I'm thrilled with all them fucking downsizing. It's so uncreative. All of it is so dull. Genuinely, I don't even visit websites. I visit game trailers for the video reviews. When I'm thinking of buying a game, I watch their video review. I'm like, you know what? After a couple minutes, I already know whether I'm going to get the game or not. I didn't even need to know what the score is.
Yeah.
But every other side is just complete sensationalism. And just, hey, massive scandal because this thing and this thing. Nobody gives a shit.
Yeah. Do you watch The Point on GameSpot?
I haven't seen him in a while. I think it was on Destiny. I can't remember. It's been a while.
Yeah, it wasn't the one I linked.
I can't remember. Well, like
it was about like nostalgia or whatever, or the way games have evolved.
Yeah, the guy does really great videos. Like it's very good discussion videos where you watch it and he has his opinion, but he's never saying it's completely right. But he's just talking about what he thinks, and it's really well done.
Well, it's himself and the other lads, the guy behind the camera, Andy.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, like, this giant website, one thing they have.
Yeah. That's hilarious. That's the only thing I go to the site for, to watch those videos, because I think they're really good.
They'll switch.
IGN are the biggest, and they're fucking terrible.
Yeah. Well, IGN doesn't need to change, though.
They don't.
IGN is the king.
Yeah. They don't have to change for you peasants.
It's so uncreative. The entire...
At some point, no one will give a crap about news in general, and IGN will die. Not die, but it will have to rethink what they do. I think GameSpot, I almost said stop, GameSpot is in the process of learning, which is why they have those shows. Because before, they were IGN light, right? Because they were
I'm sure it was something like a dumbed down version of it, yeah.
They had things that IGN didn't, but for the most part, it was just those two. It was competing back and forth, and those were the big sites, and now GameSpot is starting to lose, and they're learning that in order to compete, or not even compete necessarily, but to stay afloat, they have to adapt, and they're learning. That's why those shows are emerging, and I think more will come.
Like that's.
I think they're all going to be long gone.
Yeah.
5 years. Their traffic is like nobody's traffic is increasing.
CVG's
traffic is decreasing.
Computer and video games, they're shutting down this year, I think. Yeah, that's a bit of that's a shame.
What, six sites under that future banner?
Yeah, good God, that's grim news. All right,
everyone's going to YouTube.
YouTube people. Everyone's going independent. Jim Sterling said "fuck it" and went as well.
And why shouldn't he? He has a following. He can do it.
Fuck it. He moved over to YouTube exclusively, jumped up to 100,000 subscribers.
Now he's like, all right, Patreon, give me money.
Yeah.
And it's working. Like, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I have to put up with this bullshit with The Escapist for being the reviews editor and all this stuff I don't kind of do, but just don't really need to. And then it's, I'll just do it myself. Oh, sorted.
I'm a bit worried that we're going to get oversaturated with that stuff, though. In terms of that, there's going to be voices out there. I mean, technically, we do this. We do it for fun. We're not getting recognized, Like, our stuff's not taking off. But yet, there's so much crap out there. There's going to be a lot of people that are lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, you get a dime a dozen for everyone talking about, like, video games. Because everyone talks about video games. Because everyone plays them, so... Yeah. I don't know.
What are you talking about? Big Bang Theory.
Oh, God. Dear God.
All right. That's is there any final thoughts people want to say about 2014? And we kind of...
I think 2014 was like... It was a bit of a shock year, I think. And in terms of... you kind of trust in a company, like Watch Dogs came out and it was coming from Ubisoft. You just... Because it came from Ubisoft, you would just imagine, this is going to be a great game. And it wasn't a great game. It was an okay game. And then the same thing happened with the other stuff as well, the other games. I'm not going to dwell on too long because Adam's sick of hearing it. But
Adam's bitter. That's the one thing we learned about 2014.
But the thing
Adam's a bitter man.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, I hope it kind of opened people's eyes to realize, like, not every game company or game developer is completely infallible, And not every game that comes out is going to be the next fucking second coming of digital Jesus, because it just can't be. Like, people are just put too much thought into, what they want from a game, and then it just overhypes themselves, and then when it comes out, it wasn't what they thought, blah, 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 blah. I think, and then again, with the whole shock factor, I think this is a year with the whole Gamergate thing. It was a bit of a shock that, wow, this, what the hell happened there, I think there needs to be some kind of change for sure with, like, games coming out. Maybe the way that games are viewed. But I don't know, I just think 2014 wasn't a great year for games in terms of definitely the credibility, what's the word I'm thinking of? The credibility, the respect people had for games kind of dipped a lot. Because when the whole Gamergate thing came out, I was kind of ashamed to say, oh yeah, I'm a gamer. Do you know what I mean?
Why?
Because then people say, oh, you mean like Gamergate?
Who?
People I talk to. People I talk to. That's what I'm saying. It's like, if
you play games and they go, what?
You're one of them?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, no, they definitely, like, ruined it. They spoiled the party for everyone. That's what I'm saying. The big boys club, they're like, oh, girls can't be in this. And then they just come across as assholes. That's what I was saying. Like, I don't know.
I think it's a very vocal.
They turned it into a toxic. Yeah, but they've turned it into a toxic, like, thing where it's like, oh, you're a gamer. That's what I've seen with people saying that,
In real life.
Yes, real life. Yeah, real life.
I haven't had this problem.
Well,
I don't.
No, I'm just saying a few bad apples spoiled this bunch.
What, as in somebody actually, you said somebody, I play games, they went, what, you must hate women?
No, they said, it's like, oh, are you part of the Gamergate thing? I was like, what? No, God. That's what they asked. And I was like, no, Jesus. Like, I don't even.
What is Gamergate?
I mean, I beat women and everything, but.
Yeah. You do.
I'm kidding, in case everyone.
What is Gamergate? It was about ethics in games journalism, of which there was almost none anyway.
Mm.
And then it's spiraled into
a feminism conversation
and other stuff.
But that's what I'm saying. It's just like they kind of just turned into this whole garbage about like, like, you know, I don't even know. This is a code. Like I was just saying that.
Are you involved in Gamergate? Yes, I personally had sex with a bunch of game reviewers.
Wait, I mean, no. I would attribute Gamergate to something else entirely. I wouldn't attribute it to that. I would attribute Gamergate to people, like, personally attacking women because in games and stuff like that, saying, like,
yeah.
That's what I would attribute. I wouldn't attribute to the whole fucking, I can't even remember your one's name now, but, you know.
To be honest, Adam, when you said that it's about ethics in video games, I forgot that's what it started as. Like, it's totally about feminism now. It is nothing but, yes, female attacking, like Nathan was saying.
But no, the point I was making was that, like, you don't have this in films. You don't have this kind of bullshit where people are like, oh, there's only girls, or there's only men in films. You know, there's no, like, it was just this horrible, toxic, like, people being threatened and nearly killed over it. Like, that's just stupid. Like,
it's we live in a crappy generation. There's a lot of,
but gamers are the most vocal minority.
Well, I don't think so. I just think it's that.
Well, shithead gamers are.
I think that it's not necessarily, I think it's the same people. I just think that they have, gaming is in its infancy, so they think it's like this elite club that they want to be a part of, and now it's becoming more mainstream and it's bothering them because
that's the thing where it's like, we've come so, like, games have become a lot more, like, progressive in terms of storytelling and art, and then you just have these whiny babies just screaming that, you know, oh, girls find flaws with games. I'm going to tell them I'm going to blow up their house or some shit like that. I think that's just for as far as we come in terms of like gaming and how it's progressed. But then we have this kind of, it took a step backwards in terms of community is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, it's the time. It's movies and TV and stuff. They were around before all of this. They were around before the internet. You know, like everyone has a voice now. So, and with the anonymity of the internet, people can be as horrible as they want, and there's no consequences.
Yeah.
People would have done this if movies were just emerging, you know? But since movies have been established, there's not really that issue anymore.
Yeah.
And whatever, there are still movies out there that still portray women poorly.
Oh, of course.
So.
Absolutely. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
whatever.
2014, it was a year.
Adam hated it.
Yeah. It was a surprising year for me. And it's like a few games came out that I thought would be crap, ended up being at the top of people's list, like Alien Isolation.
And vice versa.
And yeah, exactly, yeah. So it was a year of surprise, I guess.
I will at some point discuss more. Probably by next podcast, I will have more to say about Alien Isolation.
And so will I. I'm excited. Oh man, we're so far behind. Like, people are like, what, this Halloween game? What are you talking about?
Whatever.
Ring in the new year.
I was not willing to buy that game full price, so there you go. I spent $10 on it.
I can't wait to be proven wrong about how I thought this game was going to be crap. And then this game is just going to be like, nah, it's actually pretty decent.
maybe we'll hate it.
Who knows? I know. It's exciting.
It's exciting. We might hate it. All right. Adam, anything else you got to say?
I was going to do a video on Monday about this past year in gaming, but I don't think I want any more.
It bummed you. Okay.
You sound so depressed.
Okay. All right, Adam. What are you looking forward to for 2015? If anything. Really?
He's looking forward to 2013's games.
Yeah, more or less. I'm looking forward to maybe getting around to GTA 5.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I won't do that. I have never liked a GTA game. I don't know. I'm looking forward to trying Dishonored.
Oh my!
I don't even know what's coming out in 2015. The Witcher 3. I want to play
GTA 5 on PC.
Play The Witcher 2. Looking forward to playing that.
So yeah, there you go. I would love to be in your position, having not played The Witcher 2.
Arkham Knight. There you go.
Yeah, I want to play that.
I'm a bit about that at the moment.
Metal Gear Solid 5, is that coming out?
It hasn't been officially announced. Maybe,
Street
I'm
Fighter.
sure. Oh yeah, Street Fighter.
This war of mine. Looking forward to playing that. And Child of Light and Valiant Hearts. Those are my excited games for next year.
All right.
Second half of Broken Age?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'm looking forward to hearing more about No Man's Sky. I want to play it. Literally just to see for myself whether it's any good.
Resident Evil Revelations 2. I haven't even played the first one, so I probably won't play that one.
Bloodborne. Can't forget Bloodborne.
Oh yeah, Bloodborne.
Yeah, here we go.
I don't have a PS4.
Oh, I might get it, so I'll let you know if it's any good. Well, I am getting a PS4, but I said I might get Bloodborne. Yeah, I don't know, 2015, I'm interested to see the reaction to The Order, because I can't wait to see what people say about that game. Like, I don't even want to play it, I just want to see people's reactions to it.
It looks nice.
Yeah, it looks pretty, but like, is it a game or is it just glorified cutscene?
I mean, I'm assuming it's a game. I'm assuming that you will control something.
Yeah, but, I don't know. I've heard people say it's too much. It's like, you've got your cutscene in my video game. Basically, you just play the cutscenes. So, who knows?
Yeah. All right, we could go on forever about 2014, but
God,
we're not
this
going
year
to.
sucked.
Yeah, God, goodness.
I didn't realize how much it sucked. Until
I mean, hey, we started this podcast.
I felt good about it. I thought I was having a grand old time.
No,
All
yeah,
my little games from
this
all
year,
these years gone by.
I agree. This year wasn't good.
I'm going back to my bubble. Fuck all this.
But I mean, we met each other.
No, that's true. Oh, I guess on a social level, it was okay. Yeah. God.
Whatever.
All of Ubisoft's troubles didn't bother me because I wasn't a part of it. I don't like speaking about it.
Yeah.
We could talk about game design.
So
have it ruin the magic for you.
What's next in 2015 for us, guys? What's happening there?
I'm going to go into basically a coma until I have to go to class again.
Nice. I'm graduating next year. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm going to be graduating in August.
Whew. Scary. Are you going to go back to another, going to go back to education kind of thing? Are you going to do another course?
I don't know.
Nah.
I mean, I applied to that school, so in theory,
I
should.
Yeah, that's right. Randy is going to that school. You heard it here
Well,
first.
I haven't been accepted yet.
No, he is. He is. Wait.
I'm not going to be that guy. I'm not going to be the guy that says that, because based on 2014, it could just lead to disappointment.
Yeah.
You just said your sentence was to keep your hype down.
I'm not hyping. No, if I was hyping it, I'd be saying, "Oh, Randy's going to the school of blowjobs and steaks. He can't wait." That's overhyping it.
That sounds all right.
Okay.
What would you do to a roll today?
Let's end it.
Yes.
For God's sake.
Shut this fucker down. Good God.
We might be in 2015 by the time this is done. Thank you, Adam. Adam?
Yeah?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Nathan, thank you.
You're welcome.
Elle, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, God.
That's my Elle voice. Congratulations to South Park, the official game of the year for the Unidentified podcast, I guess. And goodbye, 2014. You kind of sucked.
No, you were great for me. Until I was dragged into this
But
discussion.
the year in general, I mean, just because you weren't there doesn't mean the year around you did not suck.
Brothers and gone home. I had a great time.
So 2012 or whatever was really great.
All
right.
Yeah. We should all just do it Adam said. Just go back in time. Look at old games.
Go back in time. Stop listening to this podcast because holy crap, it's going to end. I'm Randy. Thank you. Goodbye, Randy. I love you so much. 2014. Bye.